Department is suing to stop AT&T's $85 billion purchase of Time Warner. AT&T calls the suit inexplicable and says it will prevail in court. The government says the merger would harm consumers by resulting in higher television bills. AT&T and Time Warner are not direct competitors. Usually, mergers like this are not challenged. And CBS News suspended Charlie Rose following allegations of sexual misconduct. 8 women told the Washington Post Rose made unwanted sexual advances. The women either worked for the Charlie Rose show or wanted to. PBS says it will stop distributing Rose's program. Rose apologized for his, quote, inappropriate behavior, but says he does not believe all of the allegations are accurate. 3 weeks before a special election in Alabama, accusers continue to speak out against Senate candidate Roy Moore. Dean Reynolds reports from Birmingham.
For days, Roy Moore has avoided questions while his accusers are answering them, often in painful detail.
He basically laid out some blankets on the floor of his living room and proceeded to seduce me, I guess you would say.
Lee Korfman was 14 in 1979 when she says Moore, then 32, sexually abused her in his apartment.
He removed my clothing. He left the room and came back in wearing his white underwear. And he touched me over my clothing, what was left of it. And he tried to get me to touch him as well.
Tina Johnson was 28 in 1991 when she says Moore, then 44, made a move in his law office.
We got up to leave, and when we did, my mother went first, and he grabbed me from behind. It was horrible. I felt uncomfortable.
Moore denies the charges, but these stories, plus his worldview, prompted Alabama's leading newspapers to come out against him. Michelle Holmes is on the editorial board.
His view is radically out of step with everyday Alabama. Don't let people fool you in thinking that that's what we in Alabama believe, because we don't.
In Washington, the president remained mum on Moore.
Do you believe Roy Moore's accusers, Mr. President?
Thank you very much.
But Mr. Trump's advisor, Kellyanne Conway, suggested having Moore's vote in the Senate outweighs his possible indiscretions.
So vote Roy Moore?
I'm telling you that we want the votes in the Senate to get this tax bill through.
Aides say the president, who once called Moore a great guy who ran a fantastic primary race, has no current plans to come down here to Alabama to campaign for him. Dean Reynolds, CBS News, Birmingham, Alabama.
On CBS This Morning, this summer, a CBS News investigation uncovered a hidden foreign workforce building auto plants across the country. And for the first time, an American business owner is speaking out about how the practice affects American workers. That's the CBS Morning News for this Tuesday. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.
We just had to leave the building because there was an aftershock. This is the 3rd young white shark that we've seen brought on this lift just today. And behind me is the scene of another mass shooting. Worshippers in their small town church. The surf has really picked up behind us. 8-foot waves. What do you do? Better evacuate.
Michael Weatherly is Bull. New episode CBS tonight.
After Mike Lewis attorneys took over my case, I was worry-free from dealing with insurance companies and doctor bills.
Mike Lewis attorneys got down to business and got the job done.
I felt that I was treated as a person, not a case number. I would recommend Mike Lewis attorneys to anyone.
I'm attorney Leah Keller.
And I'm attorney Mike Lewis. If you've been hurt on the job, call us.
We want to win for you.
Call 770-2005.
You don't expect to get hurt at work. Chances are you're not prepared for the medical bills, being unable to work, or the fear of losing your job. However, the Workers' Compensation Insurance Company is very prepared. One misstep by you could change everything. Call a law firm with the power, experience, and resources to help you get the benefits you may deserve. Call on the Hurt Line, the law offices of James Scott Farron, right now.
The Good Morning Show, only on WFMY News 2. You're waking up to the Good Morning Show.
Good morning. Thank you for waking up early with us today. I'm Megan Malaris, and welcome to the Good Morning Show. It is Tuesday of Thanksgiving week. Let's check your forecast. Looks like it'll be a pretty decent day today with mostly sunny skies, just a 20% chance of an evening shower, high of 58 degrees today, 60 degrees tomorrow, and milder Thursday is 50 degrees. Thanksgiving, though, morning is chilly. 32 is our low. Friday, we begin our warm up mid-50s, and then Saturday we get to 60 degrees, milder temperatures, and Sunday looks dry, 51, before a cool down again starting next week. Of course, we'll keep you posted with your full forecast in just a few minutes. Our top story this morning, another famous man faces accusations of sexual misconduct. Journalist Charlie Rose. Rose is a North Carolina native. He has his own show on PBS and is one of the anchors of CBS This Morning. According to an article just published by the Washington Post, 8 women accuse Rose of making unwanted sexual advances toward them. They say the incidents happened between the 1990s to 2011. The Post published a statement from Rose which says in part, quote, "It is essential that these women know I hear them and that I deeply apologize for my inappropriate behavior. I'm greatly embarrassed. I have behaved insensitively at times, and I accept responsibility for that, though I do not believe that all these allegations are accurate." He went on to write, "I always felt that I was pursuing shared feelings, even though I now realize I was mistaken," end quote. The Associated Press reports CBS News has suspended Charlie Rose, and PBS is stopping production and distribution of The Charlie Rose Show. Despite growing calls for Republican Alabama Senate candidate Roy Moore to exit the race, he says he isn't backing down. 9 women now accuse the former judge of sexually inappropriate behavior. Moore has denied all of the women's allegations and raised questions about their timing. But outside of Alabama, many Republicans are questioning if he's fit for office. President Donald Trump has not publicly weighed in on the controversy over the Alabama election, but the White House says the president has no plans to campaign for Moore. Moore remains popular with many Alabama Republicans, particularly among evangelical voters. The special election is December 12th. A second woman now accuses Minnesota Senator Al Franken of inappropriately touching her. This picture was taken at the Minnesota State Fair in 2010, 2 years into Franken's first term as senator. Lindsay Menz, the woman next to Franken in this picture, says the lawmaker placed his hand on her bottom as they posed for the photo. Franken says he doesn't remember the photo being taken, but he feels badly she felt disrespected. These new allegations come days after a radio news anchor accused Franken of forcibly kissing her during a 2006 United Service Organizations tour. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell is calling for the Senate's Ethics Committee to investigate. New information from Fort Bragg. Department of Defense data shows the number of sexual assaults is up at Fort Bragg. Sexual assault reports jumped 28% in 2016 compared to the year before. In all, Fort Bragg received 146 reports of sexual assault last year. In 2015, there were 114 reports. Last week, New York Democratic Senator Kirsten Gillibrand reintroduced the Military Justice Improvement Act. It would require trained military prosecutors to investigate sexual assault in the military instead of commanders. Senator Gillibrand says 59% of service members who reported sexual assault last year also reported experiencing retaliation for doing so. She's hoping to change the way the armed forces prosecute sexual assault.
And so what we have to do is change the dynamic. We don't want commanders making the decisions about which cases have to go forward to trial and which cases don't, because those commanders are neither lawyers nor prosecutors nor trained and may well have bias.
Back here in the Triad, new developments in a Greensboro burglary case. The suspect now faces murder charges. Police responded to a break-in call around 5 yesterday morning on Seminole Street. People inside the house said a man broke in and then took off when they confronted him. Police later arrested the suspect, Jacob Stowe, but they also found the body of Jamison Horvath in a neighboring yard. Police say Stowe and Horvath were working together but got into an argument in Stowe's truck. They say Horvath got out, then Stowe backed into him, causing the injuries that led to his death. Stowe is now charged with murder in addition to breaking and entering charges and DWI. Customers of a Winston-Salem dry cleaner are finally getting their belongings back after the cleaner abruptly shut down last month. Monday, the Attorney General's office opened Rodham Cleaners. The Department of Revenue closed it down for unpaid back taxes, but the owner reportedly never told customers about it. Now dozens of people can finally get back their belongings. The Attorney General's office says it'll open the store again today between 1 and 6 so customers can pick up their clothes. Well, this isn't something you want to hear. Duke Energy wants North Carolina customers to pay up again. The electric company wants to increase rates to 15% to raise nearly $200 million to clean up toxic byproducts of burning coal. The proposed rate increase would add an extra $18 per month to a typical household bill of $105. WFMY News 2 is staying on top of the status in the race for High Point mayor. Bruce Davis lost to Jay Wagner by a narrow margin in the November 7th race. Officials certified the results last Friday, but Davis has until noon today to formally request a recount. Late last week, Davis told WFMY News 2 he does plan to ask for the recount, but we checked with the Board of Elections, and at last check, no recount had been requested. Again, Davis's deadline is noon today. We'll be sure to let you know what happens. The Rockingham County Schools District will close 2 of its schools. Draper Elementary and Dillard Elementary will shut down. The closures take effect next school year. New Vision School of Science, Math, and Technology, which is a year-round school, will then move into Dillard Elementary's building. Current Dillard students could stay there if they switch from a traditional calendar to a year-round calendar. The school board will decide where the impacted students will go in the next few months. Coming up on the Good Morning Show at 4:30, are you being targeted by your age, gender, or location for a cyber attack? Coming up after the break, we tell you how hackers are singling you out and how to prevent it. First, here's a look at what's coming up on CBS this morning after the Good Morning Show.
Hello to you, I'm Gail King. Coming up, paleontology meets politics, why scientists say shrinking a national monument could put dinosaur fossils at risk. That's coming up on CBS this morning.
WFMY News 2 Winterfest.
It's the coolest spot in the Triad.
Enjoy ice skating under the stars at the beautiful LeBauer Park in downtown Greensboro.
The ice is ready. We're just waiting on you.
Bring a date. Bring the family. We'll bring the fun.
Describe Winterfest in one word.
Awesome! Exciting!
Skate on down to the WFMY News 2 Winterfest.
WFMY News 2 Winterfest.
Now through January 28th.
Let's get the big guy in place.
The Ford year-end sales event is here.
I can guide you in. No thanks, Santa. I got this. Hey, it looks a little tight. Perfect fit. Santa needs an F-150.
That's Ford, America's best-selling brand. Hurry in for 0% financing for 72 months across a full lineup of Ford cars, trucks, and SUVs. Now get 0 for 72 plus $1,500 cash back on F-150. Plus active military, veterans, and retirees get $1,000 appreciation cash on top of all offers at your Carolina Ford dealer.
A painful sore throat? Not now. If you want a max strength alternative to cough drops, take Cepacol Instamax. This will provide fast relief. Look, unlike regular cough drops, it contains 2 max strength pain relievers and cools in seconds. Dual power in 1 lozenge. Bye-bye sore throat. Knock out sore throat fast. Take Cepacol Instamax.
Imagine you're driving, you're going to work or coming home. Or maybe you're just meeting a friend for a cup of coffee. Then it happens. Traffic. That's why there's WFMY News 2 on-time traffic.
We do have a few delays that you need to know about.
It's the surefire cure for traffic. In fact, you can download the WFMY News 2 app or visit our website and get on-time traffic, live traffic cameras, and even gas prices all for free. On-time traffic, only from WFMY News 2. Sponsored by Bojangles' Famous Chicken and Biscuits.
Like,
next level Chevy.
Looks like Chevy's been doing their homework.
Look at this.
The 2017 Chevy Closeout is on.
Can I have it?
I want one.
I'm buying this. You guys have a Chevy dealer around the corner?
Trade up to a Chevy car, truck, or crossover during the 2017 Chevy Closeout.
It's time to trade in.
The 2017s are going fast. Get 20% below MSRP on our most popular Chevy models, or use special closeout pricing to get over $7,000 below MSRP on this Tahoe. See your Triad area Chevy dealers.
Welcome back to the Good Morning Show. It's 4:40. The Trump administration is taking more steps to isolate North Korea and put pressure on the communist country to end its nuclear weapons program. President Trump designated North Korea a state sponsor of terror at a White House cabinet meeting. North Korea has repeatedly launched ballistic missiles and has refused to end its nuclear weapons program in defiance of UN sanctions. The president announced new penalties this week and accused North Korea of threatening the world with nuclear devastation.
The North Korean regime must be lawful. It must end its unlawful nuclear and ballistic missile development and cease all support for international terrorism, which it is not doing.
North Korea is back on the list of countries the U.S. views as state sponsors of terror for the first time since 2008. That's when the country was removed in a bid to salvage a deal to halt the nuclear development program. Remember the early days of the internet? You logged in with a dial tone and it took 5 to 10 minutes just to sign on to America Online. AOL opened the door to talking to strangers online. In chat rooms, people asked for your ASL, your age, sex, and location. Well, in 2017, your age, sex, and location could make you a target of a cybercrime. A new study by OpenVPN shows the likelihood of becoming a victim of internet crimes based on your age, sex, and location. And it's different state by state. In North Carolina, women in their 50s are most likely to be the target of cybercriminals. And in total, those criminals schemed people in our state out of more than $24 million last year. North Carolina ranks 37th in the country when it comes to internet crimes. When you're shopping online this holiday season, make sure you're shopping on a secure website. This will help protect you from schemers offering significant discounts on products on unfamiliar sites. And it's not just online schemes you need to worry about. Thieves can also come right to your front door, of course. More than half of Americans say they know someone who has had a package stolen from outside their house. 30% say they've experienced it themselves. You're more likely to be a victim if you live in the city. 42% of people who live in a city say they've had a package stolen. That's compared to 26% of people who live in the suburbs and 19% of people who live in rural areas. Packages left on your porch can signal to burglars it's a good time to break in. In the last day and a half, 24 break-ins in the Triad's two biggest cities. And 2 wants to know, how can this be stopped? WFMY News 2's Erica Stapleton has some answers before you pack up for the long holiday weekend.
Nosy neighbors are great.
Not necessarily the popular opinion, but Sadie Blue comes from a place of reason.
Oh, you like all the neighbors on the porch looking at me again, but that neighbor is also going to see when someone comes in your home probably that shouldn't be there.
Sadie leads her community watch in the Southmont Park area in Greensboro. She says neighborhood break-ins always go up around the holidays. She's even had someone break into her home before.
It taught me to be more aware. And be ready.
And she tells her neighbors to be on alert too. See something, say something.
Don't have your hands so full of stuff that you can't defend yourself or be able to make a phone call.
Police have some more tips, especially when it comes to the holidays. If you're getting rid of gift boxes, cut them up.
Make them smaller so that it doesn't look like the 60-inch television that you got.
Also, lock your house down and keep the blinds shut.
Because they can do an easy inventory of your house by looking through your windows and realize, oh, there's all new stuff here. This might be a house I want to break into.
And if you are inside when it happens, call 911 as fast as you can. Try to describe the suspect without putting yourself in danger.
Yell, make lots of noise so they know someone's inside, so hopefully it scares them away.
Police also recommend keeping a home inventory. It's a good idea when it comes to natural disasters or fires, but it can also help police track your things if they're stolen or if they get pawned or relocated. We have more tips like this on ways to keep your packages safe. For more, head to our website, WFMYnews2.com. As we dig deeper to help you protect your home, we found a few other tips that could be helpful. According to Nationwide Insurance, having good outside lighting can help keep thieves away. They say having a strong exterior door with solid metal provides better protection. You'll also want to block basement windows so thieves can't see into or enter through the basement, and have locks on your pet doors as well. It's 4:44, your full forecast with Ed Matthews is next. First, let's see what's coming up in your MoneyWatch report.
Uber's effort to make passenger pickup easier and the highest paid woman in music. Those stories and more coming up on your CBS MoneyWatch report.
Disney on Ice presents Dare to Dream, Greensboro Coliseum, November 30th through December 3rd.
When a gift fits this well, make sure he opens it early. It's the Black Friday sale at Men's Warehouse. Suits on sale for $199, take 60% off all sweaters and outerwear, plus 3 for $99 dress shirts. You're gonna like the way he looks.
This is how Food Lion shoppers outsmart the season. By turning the imperfect into picture perfect. Making everything fresh, even if it's not from scratch. And counting on Food Lion to keep recipes budget-friendly and easy. Now, bring on the in-laws. Food Lion, how refreshing.
Today we're going to talk about trucks.
Right on.
Which of these truck brands do you think offers best-in-class HD horsepower and the most capable off-road midsize pickup?
I go Ram. I would put it on Ford.
Let's find out.
Chevy.
That's right, it's Chevy.
They look amazing. Wow.
Chevy's killing it.
Yeah, definitely.
The 2017s are going fast. Get special closeout pricing on our most popular Chevy trucks. That's over $8,000 total value on this Silverado All-Star. See your Triad area Chevy dealer.
It's Black Friday at JCPenney, and the challenge is on. Doors open Thursday at 2 p.m. for our coupon giveaway. Score up to $500 off. Get deals on Nerf toys, diamond studs or pendant for only $20, and Cook's air fryers for $19.99. Hurry in, JCPenney.
If your skin had a wash tag, what would it say?
80% glowing, 50% fractal.
No matter your skin type, all skin deserves gentleness. That's why Dove is sulfate-free. The #1 body wash recommended by dermatologists.
Run, jump, or swim in for our Tempur-Pedic Black Friday savings event. Get the limited edition Tempur Legacy Queen Mattress Set for the best price ever. Or save up to $500 instantly on select Tempur-Pedic adjustable mattress sets. And with our 90-day trial, your satisfaction is completely guaranteed. Tempur-Pedic sleep is power. Find your exclusive retailer today at TempurPedic.com.
When a gift fits this well, make sure he opens it early. It's the Black Friday sale at Men's Warehouse. Suits on sale for $199, take 60% off all sweaters and outerwear, plus 3 for $99 dress shirts. You're gonna like the way he looks.
Good Tuesday morning, I'm Ed Matthews with the WFMY News 2 weather update. Chill in the air this morning, but not as cold as those mid-20s that we had yesterday, although Danville is at 29, one of the chillier spots. We're at 36 at PTI, 41 in Charlotte, 36 at Boone, 33 in Asheville, 34 at Raleigh-Durham. Coastal Carolina, Wilmington at 36, but it's 41 degrees in Myrtle Beach. Yesterday, nothing but blue sky and sunshine. Today, we're going to see kind of a mix of sun and clouds. These clouds that are moving over us this morning, not very thick at all. They're mid and high level clouds and not the type of clouds that would produce any precipitation. High pressure moving offshore. We're getting more of a light southwesterly wind now. That'll drive temperatures today into the upper 50s. Here comes a cold front. Not a whopping amount of moisture associated with it, but we stop our computer model at 9 p.m. this evening showing, well, maybe just a little spritz of rain, maybe a little isolated shower. So we have a 20% chance of that in the forecast overnight tonight, and then the front will move on through, but a delay in the cooler air. So tomorrow we might crack 60. And then the chilly air moves into the Piedmont in earnest tomorrow night, and as we go into the day, Thanksgiving. As a matter of fact, with a mix of sun and clouds on Thanksgiving Day, temperatures only up around 50. 58 today with a mix of sun and clouds, and then cloudy with a few spritz of rain, and 43 overnight. Our Triad 7-day forecast, partly cloudy, 60 tomorrow, cooler and dry Thanksgiving Day, sun and clouds, and 50. Look at this, we're back up near 60 on Saturday, and then another chill down as we go into Sunday. Up and down temperatures for the Piedmont.
Well, as Ed said, we're just 2 days now from Thanksgiving, and the North Carolina highways are about to get really busy. In fact, close to 1.5 million people are expected on North Carolina highways this Thanksgiving holiday. The good news, the North Carolina DOT is suspending most road construction projects to help with the traffic delays. The projects will stop starting at 6 tomorrow morning. The suspension will last until the following Monday. But with traffic on congested roads, some people we talked to say they'd rather avoid the headaches and just stay home for the holidays.
I think that people do not know how to drive. That's why I stay home the holidays, because I don't take a chance.
Honestly, I'm usually pretty nervous whenever we're on our way there because there's a lot of people on the roads.
If you are planning to travel during the Thanksgiving holiday, officers are reminding you to keep an eye out for aggressive drivers, drunk drivers, and speeders. Travel experts say the worst day to drive for Thanksgiving is Wednesday, tomorrow. So if you leave today, you could beat a major traffic headache. Nearly 51 million Americans total will drive 50 miles or more for Thanksgiving this year. And you'll want to be extra careful and cautious on the roads. In North Carolina alone, 19 people died during Thanksgiving holiday travel last year. AAA says before you leave the house, make sure you've checked your tire pressure and your wiper blades. And there are ways to keep your kids entertained and busy in the car while traveling without the tablet or the smartphone. Experts suggest bringing activity books like crossword puzzles, coloring books, and games like tic-tac-toe. You could also try the old-fashioned road games like I Spy the License Plate and the Traveler's Alphabet. Another fun idea is playing a word game like 20 Questions. The trip to visit family and friends will cost you more this Thanksgiving. The average price per gallon of regular unleaded is $2.37 in North Carolina. That's about a quarter more a gallon compared to last year. To find the cheapest gas in your neighborhood, you can head to the gas prices page on our website, WFMYnews2.com. You'll find it in the travel tab. In your money headlines, Uber's effort to make passenger pickup easier and the highest paid woman in music is revealed. CBS's Nikki Batiste has your MoneyWatch report.
The Department of Justice is suing to block the proposed merger between AT&T and Time Warner, saying the merger will harm competition, result in higher bills for consumers, and less innovation. DOJ officials deny the White House or President Trump influenced this lawsuit in any way. AT&T says it's confident the court will decide in its favor and permit the merger. A woman seriously hurt when her Honda's Takata airbag exploded in a 2013 crash is speaking out in Facebook videos. Honda asked Stephanie Erdman to urge other affected vehicle owners to get free repairs under the massive Takata recalls. The videos come just 3 days after a report found that 19 automakers have replaced only 43% of recalled Takata airbags in the U.S. On Wall Street yesterday, the Dow gained 72 points. The Nasdaq finished up almost 8. Uber is rolling out new tools intended to improve the pickup process for customers. Live location sharing allows passengers to share their exact location with drivers, and Request for a Guest lets people hail a ride for someone else. Uber is also expanding its Beacon option, which is a device that lights up in a driver's window to help customers locate them. Forbes just crowned Beyoncé the Queen of Music. The singer's Formation World Tour helped her bank $105 million in a year, making her the highest paid female performer. Rounding out the top 5 are Adele, Taylor Swift, Celine Dion, and Jennifer Lopez. That's your MoneyWatch report. For more, log on to cbsmoneywatch.com. In New York, I'm Nikki Batiste.
Welcome to CBS This Morning.
We have a team of correspondents covering this unfolding story. A story you will see only on CBS This Morning.
All that matters on CBS This Morning.
I am thankful for my health and Black Friday pricing at my Honda dealer. I got my CR-V on clearance. I love it so much. It's like part of the family now.
Yeah, we know, Dad.
Make a Honda part of your family during the Happy Honda Days sales event. Get Black Friday clearance pricing on any Honda SUV, like 0.9 financing on the Pilot and HR-V.
So, I'm failing math.
Why can't you be more like the Honda?
The moment you realize you're ready to make dinner, but your oven isn't.
At Lowe's, we have more appliances to choose from, so you can get the right one at the right price right now. All projects have a starting point. Start with Lowe's.
Get up to 40% off select appliance special values or save $1,400 off a Whirlpool kitchen suite at the Lowe's pre-Black Friday deals event.
Dogs can't see color like we do, but they see you like it's the first time, every time. They see a tough day a mile away, and things they can't unsee. They see life, and they see love, every time they see you. Maybe dogs can't see color, but what they see is so much more. Dogs are more. Let's treat them that way. Milkbone, doing more for dogs since 1908.
Choose an affordable health insurance plan that fits your health needs and your budget through the Affordable Care Act. Enroll in quality, affordable health insurance that will cover you through 2018. The deadline to enroll in 2018 coverage is December 15th. Financial assistance is available to help you pay for your plan. Make an appointment today for free in-person help. Call 855-733-3711 or go to getcoveredamerica.org.
There's one road that will always remain the same. It's familiar. It's comfortable. And its destination is somewhere we never quite left. It's the road home. Hurry into the BMW Road Home sales event and take advantage of exceptional offers.
Welcome back to the Good Morning Show. Hollywood has lost another star, and an angel falls at the Victoria's Secret fashion show. CBS's Danielle Nottingham has those stories in your Eye on Entertainment.
55 lingerie and wing-clad angels took the runway in this year's Victoria's Secret fashion show in Shanghai Monday. The show kicked off with a punk theme. The fashion show airs on CBS November 28th. Hollywood is mourning the death of singer and actress Della Reese. She first reached fame as a jazz vocalist before breaking into TV in the 60s. Actress Roma Downey, who co-starred on Touched by an Angel, shared the news on social media saying, "Heaven has a brand new angel." Della Reese was 86 years old.
Great-great-grandfather, I want to be a musician just like you.
The new Disney Pixar animation Coco follows the adventures of a 12-year-old boy who finds himself surrounded by ancestors in the afterlife. It's based on the Mexican holiday known as the Day of the Dead. Miguel is out to prove his musical talents as he learns about his family history. The film hits theaters tomorrow. That's your Eye on Entertainment. Danielle Nottingham, CBS News, Los Angeles.
Don't go anywhere. The Good Morning Show continues on your Tuesday as we help prepare you for Thanksgiving. In just a couple days, we'll be back at 5 a.m. with your news 2 and 2, headlines, traffic, and a full forecast. Stay with us.
Don't wait. Sell your old jewelry to Hayes Jewelers in Lexington. We pay the most cash for your old jewelry. Get top dollar for gold, diamonds, or other jewelry only at Hayes Jewelers in Lexington. The most cash for your gold.
Dinner with friends, gotta bring some food. Not a great cook, but don't wanna be rude.
Holiday lights are the perfect touch. May have done just a bit too much.
Get on the holiday road in a Honda Civic. See your dealer for great holiday deals during the Happy Honda Days sales event.
Cash in on high gold prices at Hayes Jewelers in Lexington. We pay the most cash for your old gold, diamonds, and jewelry. Get top dollar only at Hayes Jewelers in Lexington. The most cash for your gold.
Today we're going to talk about trucks.
Right on.
Which of these truck brands do you think offers best-in-class HD horsepower and the most capable off-road mid-size pickup?
I go Ram. I would put it on Ford.
Let's find out.
Chevy.
That's right, it's Chevy.
They look amazing.
Wow. Chevy's killing it.
Yeah, definitely.
The 2017s are going fast. Get special closeout pricing on our most popular Chevy trucks. That's over $8,000 total value on this Silverado All-Star. See your Triad area Chevy dealer.
I used to feed off the adrenaline rush of Black Friday. I was mainlining 5 or 6 sales in one day, the chaos, the insanity. I lived for it. Until Haverty's showed me a better way.
Relax. Haverty's Black Friday is almost here. Sectionals, sofas, beds, and more, all on sale. Get a day's worth of savings in one easy stop. Haverty's. Life looks good.
If you or someone you love has a denture and needs help, call us. Old unsightly dentures can be loaded with harmful bacteria. Altodontics is a breakthrough process that makes new dentures that'll feel comfortable and look fabulous.
I am delighted with it.
With Altodontics, you can have new dentures, the security of lifetime comfort, and beauty in a matter of days. For the peace of mind that comes with comfortable, beautiful dentures, call Altodontics in Kernersville today.
You're watching The Good Morning Show with Tracy McCain, Eric Chilton, and Megan Maleris.
Good morning, I'm Tracy McCain here with Megan Maleris and Ed Matthews.
You are waking up with the Good Morning Show. It's 5 a.m. on your Tuesday morning of Thanksgiving week.
Isn't that exciting? Yeah, it's getting closer and closer, the big day. Absolutely. Really excited about, well, I was going to say the forecast, but tomorrow looks good. The day after, possibly a little chilly. Just a little chillier. Yeah. Up and down temperatures. I'll have your forecast coming up.
All right, before we get to that, here's a look at stories we're on top of. A big name in broadcast television has been accused of sexual misconduct. We'll have the latest on the accusations against CBS's Charlie Rose.
And we have some tips for your Thanksgiving holiday travel. You'll want to stick around for that when we come back.
All right, we, I guess, have to stick around for these cold temperatures because they're coming whether we like it or not.
Tis the season. Tis the season for up and down temperatures. We were down yesterday. For the next couple of days, we're going to be up and then chilly again for Thanksgiving. Kind of makes your head spin, right? Those seesaw up and down temperatures, and yeah, kind of gives you the sniffles as well. This morning, as we take a look at current conditions, it's chilly, but not as cold as those mid-20s that we had across the area yesterday, although Danville and Burlington at 29, we got 25 in Sanford, and Siler City is at 28. 32 in Wilkesboro, we're at 38 in Winston-Salem and in Greensboro. Down to the freezing mark at Asheboro, and we're at 30 degrees over in Lexington. High pressure has moved off the east coast. We're getting more of a light south and southwesterly wind. That's going to bring in some high-level clouds today. So overall, not like the bright sunny day that we had yesterday. We'll see more of a mix of sun and clouds. A little milder upper 50s today. And then tonight, the approach of a cold front could bring just a spotty sprinkle or a very isolated shower. This is our Futurecast at 9 p.m. this evening, so just a few drips of rain a possibility, and then that front will move into the area tomorrow. Still mild though. We should make it up to around 60 tomorrow, but as the front moves on to the Carolina coast, cool high pressure builds in for Thanksgiving Day. We'll see a mix of sun and clouds, and temperatures up around 50 for Thanksgiving. Today, sun and clouds and 58. Overnight tonight, cloudy. An isolated shower, a small chance, 43 for the low, and our 7-day forecast. Loving that 60 tomorrow, not so much with that 50 on Thursday, and then we're back up for Friday and especially Saturday, near 60 on Saturday.
New developments in a Greensboro burglary case. The suspect now faces murder charges. Police responded to a break-in call around 5 yesterday morning on Seminole Street. The people inside the house said a man broke in and then took off when they confronted him. Police later arrested the suspect, Jacob Stowe, but they also found the body of Jamison Horvath in a neighboring yard. Police say Stowe and Horvath were working together but got into an argument in Stowe's truck. They say Horvath got out, then Stowe backed into him, causing the injuries that led to his death. Stowe is being charged with murder in addition to breaking and entering and DWI charges. New information out of Fort Bragg. Numbers from the Department of Defense show sexual assault reports are up at the post. The number of sexual assault reports jumped 28% in 2016 compared to the year before. In all, Fort Bragg received 146 reports of sexual assault last year. In 2015, there were 114 reports. Last week, New York Democratic Senator Kirsten Gillibrand reintroduced the Military Justice Improvement Act. It would require trained military prosecutors to investigate sexual assault in the military instead of commanders. Senator Gillibrand says 59% of service members who reported sexual assault last year also reported experiencing retaliation for doing so. She's hoping to change the way the armed forces prosecute sexual assault.
And so what we have to do is change the dynamic. We don't want commanders making the decisions about which cases have to go forward to trial and which cases don't, because those commanders are neither lawyers nor prosecutors nor trained and may well have bias.
5:05 this morning here locally. Customers in Winston-Salem are feeling some relief after their dry cleaner abruptly shut down last month. Monday, the Attorney General's office opened Rodham Cleaners. The Department of Revenue closed it down for unpaid back taxes, but the owner never told customers. Now dozens of people can finally get their belongings back. The Attorney General's office says it will open the store again today between 1 and 6 so more customers can pick up their clothes. Well, Duke Energy wants you to pay up again. The electric company wants to increase rates in North Carolina by 15%. They say it's to help them raise nearly $200 million to clean up toxic byproducts of burning coal. The proposed rate increase would add an extra $18 per month to a typical household bill of $105. We have a follow-up on the status of the race for High Point Mayor. Bruce Davis lost to Jay Wagner by a narrow margin. We're talking less than 60 votes in the November 7th race. Officials certified the results last Friday, but Davis has until noon today to formally request a recount. Late last week, Davis told WFMY News 2 he does plan to ask for the recount, but we checked with the Board of Elections and there's no recount requested just yet. Again, Davis's deadline is noon today. We'll be sure to let you know what happens. The Rockingham County School District will close 2 of its schools. Draper Elementary and Dillard Elementary will shut down. The closures take effect next school year. New Vision School of Science, Math and Technology, a year-round school, will move into Dillard Elementary into the building. Current Dillard students could stay there if they switch from a traditional calendar to year-round. The school board will decide where impacted students will go in the next few months.
Coming up on the Good Morning Show, a big name in broadcast television faces sexual misconduct charges. We have the latest on the accusations against CBS's Charlie Rose. And we have some tips for your Thanksgiving holiday travel. Stick with us when we come back.
It's our first Black Friday silent sales event at Cox Toyota in Burlington. You are invited.
Cox Toyota will be closed on Thanksgiving Day, but our Black Friday tags will be on every vehicle on the lot. After the turkey, stop by Cox Toyota. Look around. No salespeople, no haggling. Find the new or used vehicle you want and take a picture of the tag. Come back early Black Friday morning. Doors open at 7. The price in your picture is the price of that vehicle. Plus, the first 10 new cars sold on Black Friday will come with a brand new TV.
So before you buy, give Cox a try.
Carolina Mulching Company, the cheapest, fastest, environmentally friendly way to reclaim your land. Mulching unwanted, overgrown vegetation, giving it back to Mother Nature. No burning, no hauling, no brush piles. Whether it's your backyard, overgrown commercial lots, property lines, or recreation trails, make your land more valuable and usable with Carolina Mulching Company. Life's too short to have ugly land. CarolinaMulching.com, 905-0104.
A gift is more than what's under its wrapping. It's the wonder of what it could be and the possibility of what's inside. A gift lets us dream a little. This holiday season, give the gift of a dream.
Let the sleep experts at Haverty's help you save more and start sleeping better during our best mattress sale of the year. Pay 0 interest for 60 months on top name brands like Serta iComfort, Beauty Rest Black, and more. Plus, get a free box spring with Serta iComfort and iComfort hybrid mattresses. With Haverty's, your mattress can be perfect, even when life isn't. The best mattress sale of the year at Haverty's. Life looks good.
The best things come in twos. Asheboro and Lexington, you're both getting a brand new Planet Fitness, and you can join now for only 25 cents down. Planet Fitness is famous for tons of equipment, free unlimited fitness training, and a super friendly staff. Join the judgment-free zone at Planet Fitness, coming soon to Asheboro and Lexington, just 25 cents down. Join now at planetfitness.com. Hurry, offer expires November 29th. The world judges, we don't.
Choose an affordable health insurance plan that fits your health needs and your budget through the Affordable Care Act. Enroll in quality, affordable health insurance that will cover you through 2018. The deadline to enroll in 2018 coverage is December 15th. Financial assistance is available to help you pay for your plan. Make an appointment today for free in-person help. Call 855-733-3711 or go to getcoveredamerica.org. The Original Mattress Factory, 2477 South Church Street, Burlington.
Good morning. It's 11 minutes after 5. We take a look at the satellite radar. Now, the radar not showing any rain, but yeah, the satellite is showing some scattered high-level clouds across the area. And after a bright, sunny day yesterday, we'll see more of a mix of sun and clouds today, likely seeing the thickest clouds as we go through the late afternoon and into the evening. Let's look ahead with our Futurecast satellite radar, and we're going to begin the sequence at noon today. Again, mixed sun and clouds. A cold front is approaching from the northwest, and you see that may give us a little spritz of rain during the evening and overnight period. Just a little patch of light green over the triad around 7, 8, 9 o'clock this evening. But tomorrow morning the front moves on to the Carolina coast, and I think we'll see much more in the way of sunshine during the day tomorrow. Generally into the 30s this morning, but Burlington has chilled to 29, and it's going to be a nice day. Sun and clouds and 58.
Let's take our first look of the morning at Triad traffic and look at our overall view of our map. You're seeing a lot of green, no reported crashes or delays right now that are major. We did have a clearing US 220 northbound in Summerfield. It was slow to 7 miles per hour as you see, but that green line indicates that it's back up to normal speed heading north out of Summerfield. In Winston-Salem, we are seeing a couple delays. This is Business 40 eastbound as you're crossing over West 4th Street heading into the downtown area, slow to 3 miles per hour. And then keep in mind West 1st Street is closed due to some bridge work in the area. Checking your highway drive times, they overall look pretty good. We have leaving Kernersville happen on I-40 heading to Greensboro, just a 9-minute ride to Wendover Avenue. If you're heading west to Winston-Salem down I-40 west, just 9 minutes to get to US 311. And taking a live look at one of our DOT traffic cameras, this is Business 40 west at MLK Junior Drive. No issues you can see from this camera. Of course, we'll keep you posted on any delays and alerts right here on the Good Morning Show. Tracy.
It is 5:13 this morning. A television icon is the latest in a growing list of people accused of sexual misconduct. Journalist Charlie Rose has his own show on PBS, and he's one of the anchors on CBS This Morning. Rose is also a North Carolina native. According to an article just published by the Washington Post, 8 women have accused Rose of making unwanted sexual advances towards them. They say the incidents happened between the 1990s and 2011. The Post published a statement from Rose, which says in part, quote, "It is essential that these women know I hear them and that I deeply apologize for my inappropriate behavior. I am greatly embarrassed." He says, "I have behaved insensitively at times and I accept responsibility for that, though I do not believe that all of these allegations are accurate." He continues to say, "I always felt that I was pursuing shared feelings, even though I now realize I was mistaken," end quote. The Associated Press reports CBS News has suspended Charlie Rose and that PBS is stopping production and distribution of The Charlie Rose Show. Well, despite growing calls for Roy Moore to exit the race, the Alabama Senate candidate is not backing down. 9 women accuse a former judge of sexually inappropriate behavior. Moore has denied all of the women's allegations and raised questions about their timing. But outside of Alabama, many Republicans are questioning whether he's fit for office. President Donald Trump has not publicly weighed in on the controversy over the Alabama election. The White House says the president has no plans to campaign for Moore. Moore remains popular with many Alabama Republicans, particularly among evangelical voters, and that special election is coming up on December 12th. A second woman has now accused Minnesota Senator Al Franken of inappropriately touching her. Showing you a picture here, was taken at the Minnesota State Fair in 2010. It was 2 years into Franken's first term as senator. Lindsay Mentz, the woman next to Franken in this picture, says the lawmaker placed his hand on her bottom as they posed for this photo. Franken says he doesn't remember taking the photo, but that he feels badly if she felt disrespected. These new allegations come days after a radio news anchor accused Franken of forcibly kissing her during a 2006 USO tour. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell is calling for the Senate's Ethics Committee to investigate. It's now 5:15 on November 21st. High Point is prepping for a downtown baseball stadium. Details on what you can expect coming up.
Ready? You know Charlie's line where he goes, all that and all that matters.
So I'm saying this?
Do you want me to do it as like an impression of you?
I'm Charlie Rose.
All that.
Pause.
And all that matters. Ooh, that was good.
Can I be all that?
All that and all that matters.
On CBS.
On CBS this morning.
How's that, Charlie?
All that and all that matters.
All that matters every morning on CBS This Morning.
When a gift fits this well, make sure he opens it early. It's the Black Friday sale at Men's Warehouse. Suits on sale for $199. Take 60% off all sweaters and outerwear, plus 3 for $99 dress shirts. You're gonna like the way he looks.
Hi.
Well, honey, I said sweet potatoes.
Yes, you did. I forgot the shrimp. Shrimp? An apple pie.
Dad likes pecan.
Oh, well, in that case, I can.
Love to drive? Visit the Start Your Own Legacy winter sales event for leases starting at $289 a month at your local Infinity retailer.
We the champions. In order to affirm our tradition of unwavering faith, ignite a passion for wisdom, challenge perspectives, inspire creativity, and pursue knowledge. Do resolve to be the voice for the voiceless, bring healing to the hurting, fight for the oppressed, defend freedom, defy stereotypes, and follow God's calling wherever it may lead.
Right now, during the Rooms to Go holiday sale, save on great-looking furniture like this. Just $699 or $12 a month, interest-free. That's right, only $699 or $12 a month with no interest for 60 months. Now, during the Rooms to Go holiday sale.
There are so many things to be thankful for this season. Stop into your local Tire Pros for the Thank You Veterans Sales Event, November 3rd through the 26th. Get up to a $70 mail-in rebate when you purchase 4 new General tires. Save even more when you use your Tire Pros preferred customer credit card. Give the gift of mobility to a disabled veteran by deferring $10 of your rebate to the Independence Fund. Hurry! This exclusive sales event ends soon at your local Casey's Tire Pros. Online at caseystire.com.
When a gift fits this well, make sure he opens it early. It's the Black Friday sale at Men's Warehouse. Suits on sale for $199. Take 60% off all sweaters and outerwear, plus 3 for $99 dress shirts. You're gonna like the way he looks.
When caring matters most, make sure it's Hospice of Rockingham County.
Good morning, 19 minutes after 5. It was a nice day yesterday. We're checking climate information from PTI. A chilly start, 27 the low yesterday, 56 a high, yeah, a little bit below that normal of 59 for this time of year. Speaking of 59, we're going to get pretty close to that, 59-60 today. Upper 50s for our part of the Piedmont, so we will add a few degrees on to that 56 that we had yesterday. And the reason why, high pressure moving off the east coast, we're on the backside of the high, a very light south and southwesterly wind, and a mix of sun and clouds will drive us into the upper 50s today. Here comes a cold front, it's on the way. Limited moisture out ahead of it, but we stop our computer model sequence around 9 o'clock this evening, and it does show a little patch of green. So overnight tonight, there could be a very isolated shower, and then tomorrow that front will move through. But before the cooler air moves in, hey, we're going to be back around 60 coming up tomorrow. But that high pressure moving down out of Canada is going to bring some much cooler air to the Piedmont for Thanksgiving. We'll see a mix of sun and clouds, and temperatures only up near 50. And that's in our 7-day. Really, the rest of the week should be dry and quiet. We just continue up and down temperatures for the Piedmont.
In just 2 weeks, a big undertaking begins in High Point. The demolition of the old buildings will begin December 1st. You remember this part, right? It's the first of many steps to make room for a downtown baseball stadium. This is many months in the making, with a lot of big players investing time and money to bring a boost to downtown and the local economy. WFMY News 2's Alma McCarty is looking at how we got here and what's next.
This is what developers dreamed up and shared with the city more than a year later in April 2017, a multi-use stadium, making it a year-round attraction. Then 2 months later, this past June, the city picked Samet Corporation as the design team. It's the same company behind BB&T Ballpark in Winston-Salem and First National Bank Field in Greensboro. In September, High Point University President Nito Qubein said private donors would contribute up to $50 million to build up around the ballpark. That same day, the chairman of the Atlantic League announced the Bridgeport Bluefish out of Connecticut would move to High Point under a different name. Around the same time, Guilford County commissioners considered adding county money to help pay for the $35 million price tag, but have yet to make a decision. That prompted the city to take on a bigger chunk of the bill at 40%.
We've still got a little ways to go, but this is a really, really important step.
Then this week, City Council finalized some details to get the project going.
Part of the discussion today was ensuring that we had the authorization to get the funds that we need to move forward with the next steps in the process.
That brings us to next Friday, a big day for the city and all the people who've worked to transform this part of a downtown and begin a new chapter in downtown High Point.
Well, the city says construction should be done by opening day 2019. Of course, we'll be right back after this break.
Don't wait. Sell your old jewelry to Hayes Jewelers in Lexington. We pay the most cash for your old jewelry. Get top dollar for gold, diamonds, or other jewelry only at Hayes Jewelers in Lexington. The most cash for your gold.
Run, jump, or swim in for our Tempur-Pedic Black Friday savings event. Get the limited edition Tempur Legacy Queen Mattress Set for the best price ever. Or save up to $500 instantly on select Tempur-Pedic adjustable mattress sets. And with our 90-day trial, your satisfaction is completely guaranteed. Tempur-Pedic sleep is power. Find your exclusive retailer today at Tempur-Pedic.com.
Like next level Chevy.
Looks like Chevy's been doing their homework.
Look at this.
The 2017 Chevy Closeout is on.
Can I have it?
I want one.
I'm buying this. You guys have a Chevy dealer around the corner?
Trade up to a Chevy car, truck, or crossover during the 2017 Chevy Closeout.
It's time to trade in.
The 2017s are going fast. Get 20% below MSRP on our most popular Chevy models, or use special closeout pricing to get over $7,000 below MSRP on this Tahoe. See your Triad area Chevy dealers.
We traveled the world sampling the best cheese for two reasons. One, to bring them all back for you to enjoy. And two, we got to eat a bunch of really good cheese along the way. Publix Deli Specialty Cheese. Over 36 varieties to fall in love with. Publix, where shopping is a pleasure.
Belk's Black Friday sale is almost here. Over 400 doorbusters starting Thursday at 4. We're giving away $1 million in gift cards with a $1,000 winner per store. Friday, there's another $1 million giveaway. You could win up to $250. Buy one, get two free Kim Rogers. Up to 60% off toys. $19.99 Rampage shoes. New Estee Lauder holiday gift sets. Plus earn $15 Belk bucks. Shop early online. Go home for the holidays with Belk.
Cash in on high gold prices at Hayes Jewelers in Lexington. We pay the most cash for your old gold, diamonds, and jewelry. Get top dollar only at Hayes Jewelers in Lexington. The most cash for your gold.
Well, we are 2 days from Thanksgiving, and the North Carolina highways are about to get really busy. In fact, close to 1.5 million people are expected on the highways this week. The good news is North Carolina DOT is suspending most road construction to help avoid more traffic delays. Most road and lane closures on major highways will stop at 6 o'clock tomorrow morning and will stay closed until the following Monday. But with normally congested roads, some people say they would rather avoid the headaches and just stay home for the holidays.
I think that people do not know how to drive. That's why I stay home the holidays, because I don't take a chance.
Honestly, I'm usually pretty nervous whenever we're on our way there because there's a lot of people on the roads.
If you're traveling during the Thanksgiving holiday, police are reminding you keep an eye out for aggressive drivers, drunk drivers, and speeders. You are going to expect jam-packed roads for Thanksgiving travel, though the worst day to travel is Wednesday, tomorrow. So if you can leave today, you could beat a major traffic headache. Nearly 51 million Americans total will travel 50 or more miles this Thanksgiving this year. So stay safe on the roads. 19 people died on North Carolina highways during the Thanksgiving holiday travel period last year. AAA says before you leave the house, make sure you've checked your tire pressure and wiper blades.
All right, let's get a check of your forecast this morning. Pretty quiet around the area today. Actually, it's going to be a nice day. We are seeing some scattered high-level clouds work in. So as compared to our bright sunny day yesterday, more of a mix of sun and clouds today. We look ahead into the future with our high-resolution Futurecast satellite radar. We begin at noon with a mix of sun and clouds. Now, clouds will continue to build, especially during the afternoon. We stop the sequence at 7 p.m. and we do see just a few little spritz of rain, only a 20% chance, little moisture being drawn northward out ahead of an approaching cold front that will move through the area tomorrow morning. Once it moves on through, we're back to more sunshine during the day tomorrow. Today near 60, around 60 tomorrow. And then that chillier air starts to move in for Thanksgiving, only up around 50 with sun and clouds on Thanksgiving. This morning, scattered clouds, 38 in Greensboro and Winston-Salem, a chillier 29 at Burlington, Reidsville at 33, and it's 32 degrees in Asheboro. Mixed sun and clouds today, about 58 for the high. Will bring in that tiny chance of a evening and overnight shower.
There's one road that will always remain the same. It's familiar. It's comfortable. And its destination is somewhere we never quite left. It's the road home. Hurry into the BMW Road Home sales event and take advantage of exceptional offers.
It's here! Badcock's Black Friday Super Sale. Get up to half off. Plus, Black Friday only get an extra 10% off your entire purchase. That's up to half off bedrooms, up to half off mattress sets. Save hundreds on sofas, and save hundreds on power recliners, dining rooms, and electric fireplaces. And get 24 months interest-free. With no credit refused, Badcock makes it easy. Get to Badcock's Black Friday Super Sale for up to half off. Plus, Black Friday only save an extra 10%.
No other trucks got your back like the 2017 Nissan Titan, which comes standard with a 5.6-liter V8 and America's best truck warranty. 5 years, 100,000 miles, inside and out, bumper to bumper. Take on today. Now get special Black Friday savings, and with holiday bonus cash, save up to $11,260 on select models, or get 0% financing for up to 72 months on 13 models.
Across our state, we're listening to customers like you. And we're working hard to build the brighter energy future you and your family deserve. That's why we're making smart investments to improve reliability and prevent outages, to recycle coal ash, and use more clean, renewable energy like solar. And above all, keep energy affordable now and in the years ahead. We're Duke Energy, and we're building a smarter energy future for you.
Hi guys, so this is the all-new Chevy Equinox.
It's gorgeous.
It offers rear seat reminder, built-in 4G LTE Wi-Fi, Apple CarPlay compatibility, and teen driver technology.
It's crazy.
Now to get all these features, you'd need all 6 of those crossovers.
That's insane.
Yep, and you still wouldn't get everything that's in this Equinox.
Wow. 6 cars in one.
Yeah.
Current qualified competitive lessees can get this all-new 2018 Chevy Equinox for around $199 a month. See your Triad area Chevy dealers.
You're waking up to the Good Morning Show.
Good morning. It is 5:31. Today is Tuesday, November 21st.
We have a lot of news to get you caught up on this Thanksgiving week. But first, let's check your forecast. Ed Matthews seems like more of the same. Cold, cold, colder. You got the coat on at least.
Oh, yeah, I got the coat on. Definitely a chill in the garden and around the Piedmont this morning. And it looks as though we're going to see those up and down temperatures. We're going to be up a little bit today and tomorrow, and then a little down as we go into Thanksgiving in terms of high temperatures, and then warming back up as we head into the weekend. 'Tis the season for those seesaw temperatures, and this morning most areas are in the 30s, but some areas have dipped into the 20s. We're at 29 over at Burlington and 27 in Siler City. Compare that with 38 at PTI and at Smith Reynolds Airport. Lexington is at 30, 32 in Asheboro, 33 at Mount Airy. Temperature at 30 degrees over in Wilkesboro. Upper 50s today. I doubt if we'll crack 60. If we got enough sunshine, we could crack 60, but I think 58, 59 with a mix of sun and clouds across the area with a southwesterly wind. Out ahead of an approaching cold front that may bring a spritz of rain overnight, just a piddly 20% chance of that. The front will move on through. Still mild tomorrow, back up around 60, but behind that front, eventually getting some of that chillier air for Wednesday night and Thanksgiving Day. Only around 50 for the high Thanksgiving Day with a mix of sun and clouds. As we check it out in a forecast, sun and clouds today. 58 for the high. Overnight tonight, a few spritz of rain, and 43 for the low. Tomorrow, partly cloudy and 60, and you see that cool down for Thanksgiving with a high around 50.
So it seems like every other day we're talking about another hack at a big company or at your favorite shopping spot.
Yeah, but there's also a very real threat of your home being hacked.
2 Wants to Know's Ben Briscoe shows you how easy it is for criminals to break into your safe space.
Look at the blueprints and it's black and white. There's something in just about every room of your home connected to the internet. A DVD player in the living room, a smart refrigerator in the kitchen, even toys that talk back with kids using Wi-Fi.
We're going to have something in the neighborhood of 20 billion of these devices online by 2020.
Todd Beersley is a tech security researcher with Rapid7. He says gadgets that send out information on the internet can also let hackers into your home. For example, a New York City couple was horrified to hear a man talking to their 3-year-old through a web-connected baby monitor. Listen to the creepiness they recorded.
Wake up, little boy, daddy's coming for you.
You heard right. It said, "Wake up, little boy, daddy's coming for you." And it only gets scarier. Beardsley says if hackers can break into any of these electronics, then they have access to your whole home system, including your computer and even phone, meaning they can learn a lot about you to steal your money and identity.
First name, last name, zip code, date of birth. Now I have a pretty good data set that I can either use directly for crime or I can sell.
Watch how easy it is. We enlisted the help of an ethical hacker with Emergent Networks to simulate how an attack can occur. He worked from a van outside a volunteer's house.
There it is plain as day.
And discovered the home's router had a password easy to crack.
I can now join his network and start looking for further juicy targets.
Like the electronic lock on the front door.
I can pop the lock open within about 10 seconds, can just click a button. And if we wanted to do the garage, we could do that.
It's called war driving. People go around looking for insecure wireless. We're over here.
Jake Dewowskin is also with Emergent Networks. He says hackers usually target big companies, not homes. But he fears it won't be for long as home automation becomes more popular.
There's a cyber war going on, and it's no longer just targeted at big business.
All right, experts say you need complex passwords to protect yourself. I always forget, though, what I use as a complex password. All right, well, here are some tips for how to make a good one. You want at least one capital letter.
Got it.
One lowercase.
Got it.
One number.
Yep.
And one symbol.
Yes. But here's where I go wrong, right?
Okay.
You can't always start with a capital letter and end with the symbol. You have to mix it all up.
Oh.
Yeah, so I need to change that. And I also need to change the password regularly, and so do you. A good rule of thumb is to do it every time you change the batteries in your smoke alarm, is to also change your password.
All right, well, good advice.
It is good advice.
All right, let's talk about saving you money.
Yeah, forget the ad scans, especially if you're planning to shop at Target.
Our deal guy, Matt Granite, has another top 10 list you'll want to see.
I've been working on Black Friday since this past March, hunting down every deal, testing all the products, and with many of you asking specific questions about stores, I want to share with you right now just a few of the top offerings from Target. Keep in mind for Best Buy, Amazon, Walmart, and all of those insider secret deals online, I have your full coverage on our website. If you're looking for an iPhone 8 or iPhone Plus with a free $250 Target gift card for 24-month contracts, that's one of the top offerings at Target this year, alongside a 65-inch Samsung 4K Smart TV for $849. You're saving $300 on that. Google Home is $79, but Amazon will have better deals, in my opinion, tied to the Echo. Google Home Mini for $29 is a great grab with a free $10 gift card, and a 55-inch Smart 4K TV for $249 is in my top 10 list. My full list of the top 10 Black Friday deals at Target on our website. Until we meet again, happy savings, happy almost Black Friday. Back to you.
Sorry, we're just talking about all these deals. There are so many to choose from, and I feel like I'd rather just not shop on Thanksgiving or Black Friday.
Well, listen, deal guy Matt Granite told me to wait until after Thanksgiving for Tickle Me Elmo, but I did see it at Babies R Us for $29.
That's tempting.
And we had a 25% off coupon and some baby bucks, so I went ahead and I got it for $9.99. He'd be so proud of me.
Shh, don't tell Josiah. Surprise, right?
It is a surprise, but he's not, well, he shouldn't be right now, but it's possible.
Oh, that's so cute. He's going to really love that. Yeah. All right, if you're interested in this deal, he already posted it in the Good Morning Show page on WFMYnews2.com.
5:38 this morning, we'll take a look at what's coming up on CBS This Morning.
Hello to you, I'm Gail King. Coming up, paleontology meets politics, why scientists say shrinking a national monument could put dinosaur fossils at risk. That's coming up on CBS This Morning.
celebratory event for the whole family. The Craftsman's Christmas Classic this Friday through Sunday, Greensboro Coliseum. Hundreds of artists and craftsmen, fabulous gifts, decorations, seasonal treats just for you. Details, savings at ChristmasClassic.com.
Hi.
Well, honey, I said sweet potatoes.
Yes, you did. I forgot the shrimp. Shrimp and apple pie.
Dad likes pecan.
Oh, well, in that case, I can...
Love to drive? Visit the Start Your Own Legacy winter sales event for leases starting at $289 a month at your local Infinity retailer.
Carolina Mulching Company. The cheapest, fastest, environmentally friendly way to reclaim your land. Mulching unwanted, overgrown vegetation, giving it back to Mother Nature. No burning, no hauling, no brush piles. Whether it's your backyard, overgrown commercial lots, property lines, or recreation trails, make your land more valuable and usable with Carolina Mulching Company. Life's too short to have ugly land. CarolinaMulching.com, 905-0104.
Choose an affordable health insurance plan that fits your health needs and your budget through the Affordable Care Act. Make an appointment today for free in-person help. Call 855-733-3711 or go to getcoveredamerica.org.
Let the sleep experts at Haverty's help you save more and start sleeping better during our best mattress sale of the year. Pay 0 interest for 60 months on top name brands like Tempur-Pedic, Stearns & Foster, and more. Plus, save up to $500 on select Tempur-Pedic mattress sets. Choose from the soft and supportive Tempur-Cloud, the firm Tempur-Contour, or the adaptive Tempur-Flex collections. With Haverty's, your mattress can be perfect, even when life isn't. The best mattress sale of the year at Haverty's. Life looks good.
Belk's Black Friday sale is almost here. Over 400 doorbusters starting Thursday at 4. We're giving away $1 million in gift cards with a $1,000 winner per store. Friday, there's another $1 million giveaway. You could win up to $250. Buy one, get two free Kim Rogers. Up to 60% off toys. $19.99 Rampage shoes. New Estee Lauder holiday gift sets. Plus, earn $15 Belk bucks. Shop early online. Go home for the holidays with Belk.
She may not remember the lights or Grandpa's story, but she will remember the tradition. That's what moms are for. The holidays at Cracker Barrel. Enjoy every little thing.
Celebrate the season, the one and only Craftsman's Christmas Classic this Friday through Sunday, Greensboro Coliseum. The Triad's favorite holiday tradition with choices for every style, taste, and budget. See what's new. Save big at ChristmasClassic.com. Don't miss it.
Good morning. The time 5:41. We've got our camera in downtown Greensboro, and we're looking over to the west this morning towards the campus of UNCG. We've got a few scattered clouds and a little chill in the air this morning. As we check conditions at PTI, temperature at 38 degrees, but the winds are calm this morning, so no worries about a wind chill. These are scattered high-level clouds that are streaking in from the south as high pressure is moved offshore, more of a south and southwesterly wind. But as we look into the future, those clouds will increase. We begin our Futurecast satellite radar at noon with sun and clouds. Thicker clouds roll in later in the afternoon, and out ahead of a cold front, there could be a spritz or sprinkle or an isolated shower overnight tonight. And then by midday tomorrow, that front moves to the Carolina coast, and we get some chillier air in for Thanksgiving Day. Only near 50 by Thanksgiving, but in the meantime, a little milder today and tomorrow. 38 in Greensboro and Winston-Salem. Burlington is at 29. We're at 32 in Reedsville and 33 over in Asheboro. Sun and clouds, and we're going to approach 60, about 58, 59 today.
It's 5:42. Let's take a look at Triad traffic. So far, so good. No reports of crashes this morning, but we do have some minor delays. This one in Winston-Salem on 311 northbound. You see this here as you're crossing over Ridgewood Road. It's a little delayed to about 12 miles per hour, but then it looks like it clears up. No reported crash in the area, but something is causing a bit of congestion in that northbound lane. South and High Point, we have clearing conditions on Business 85 South. Just a few moments ago, they were down to 12 miles per hour at the 68 interchange, but they have cleared, so you should have no more delays getting to Thomasville this morning. Checking your highway drive times here. If we can get this traffic clicker to advance. There we go. Leaving Winston-Salem, heading to Greensboro, just 22 minutes down Business 40 eastbound to Wendover Avenue. Winston-Salem to High Point, a 9-minute ride down 311 south to Main Street. And if you're heading from Winston-Salem to Kernersville, a smooth 12 minutes down Business 40 east to Mountain Street. Let's take a live look at our DOT traffic camera. This is Business 40 at MLK Junior Drive. Cars seem to be cruising along without delays. Keep in mind, those roads will only get busier in the next couple days as folks head out for their Thanksgiving plans. So be mindful of that, be budgeting some extra time, and be safe.
5:44 this morning. When you hear the word bacteria, you might think it's a bad thing. Get rid of it all, right? The cleaner, the better. But doctors say that's actually a problem because there is good bacteria out there. Bacteria that could be protecting you. 2 Wants to Know's Tahesha Moyes verifies if that's true.
Normally, we see germs as a threat, and as a society, we've become good at killing the ones that cause infections. Since the 1950s, the rate of infectious diseases plummeted, but during that same time, chronic diseases have skyrocketed. Is there a link? Are we so obsessed with killing germs that we're making ourselves sick? According to the National Institutes of Health, bacteria play a critical role in regulating immunity, metabolism, and other key functions. Dr. Eric Alm says not all bacteria are bad, but our need to kill germs is giving bad bacteria room to grow.
Bacteria are pretty exciting. They kind of make the world go around, and in some pretty important ways.
Through studies, scientists have found 3 things messing with our bodies: hand sanitizer, allergies, and antibiotics. A growing number of scientists believe there is a connection between the killing of germs and the rise in chronic diseases. Now, this is where the story takes a wild turn, but one scientist made to help find a cure to those chronic diseases. They're actually exploring healthy germs living in human waste. Samples are manipulated and filtered, stored in a deep freeze, and have been implanted in patients with a bacterial disease. Right now, this treatment is only being used for C. difficile. That's a deadly gastrointestinal infection where antibiotics don't always work. And now there are promising trials underway to treat obesity, ulcerative colitis, and even autism. Researchers are trying to isolate the individual bacteria that make this procedure successful and bottle into a medicine. So through our research, we can conclude that yes, we are so obsessed with being clean, we're making ourselves sick.
And for any parents out there, doctors say they shouldn't try to overprotect your kids. Let your kids play in the dirt and with pets because it builds their immune system. Doctors also say adults and anyone else really should try to eat a variety of vegetables. Veggies play a key role in helping protect you against germs. Meg?
546, check this out. A local church is giving away 1,000 boxes of food to help feed families for the Thanksgiving holiday. WFMY News' Candace Red is live at Lawndale Baptist Church in Greensboro, where, Candace, there's already a line.
Yeah, there's definitely already a line. Go ahead and check it out for yourself. Now, there's about, I want to say, 50 to 100 folks out here. Some folks are actually sitting and waiting in their car because these doors are going to open at 9 o'clock. Others, you know what? They didn't really have any other way to get here outside of, public transportation. So they're just sitting out here in the cold, but they're saying that it's worth it because they want to get their hands on a free Thanksgiving meal. And those boxes are going to come with turkey, stuffing, green beans, potatoes, cranberry sauce, and even an apple pie. And get this, Lawndale Baptist Church is giving away 1,000 boxes to 1,000 families. And I'm told that each box will be able to feed a family of 5 people. So that's exactly why you have all these folks out here waiting in line. And coming up, I'm going to actually speak with some of them as well as the pastor in regards to why this event is just so important during the holiday season.
All right, Candace, this is such a fantastic event. Each and every year we hear these inspiring stories of how people in line are so grateful to the church for doing this for them and their families. Here are the details. The Thanksgiving meal giveaway is at Lawndale Baptist Church in Greensboro. Doors open at 9 o'clock this morning. It is first come, first serve. So if you go, you'll have to wait in line. Dress accordingly.
The A&T Aggies have a Coach of the Year candidate. They've got 2 Offensive Player of the Year candidates and their 3rd MEAC championship in the past 4 seasons. But now they turn their attention to a national championship. A&T, this year's undefeated Aggies, are Celebration Bowl bound. They take on the winner of the Southwestern Athletic Conference in next month's HBCU National Championship. Now, the last time the Aggies made the trip to Atlanta, they beat Alcorn State in the 2015 Celebration Bowl, and they can't wait to go back.
It's a great feeling, actually, you know, and that's the thing you get sometimes when you try to build a program. We have the way we did and standing, and now you really don't get a chance to enjoy it until it gets here. So we're looking forward to it.
Well, the National Collegiate Basketball Hall of Fame welcomed 8 new members this weekend. Winston-Salem State legend Cleo Hill, retired NBA All-Star and former Demon Deacon Tim Duncan, and former Blue Devil Jay Williams were all part of that group. Well, last night, Williams' alma mater looked to stay undefeated on the season. #1 Duke hosted Furman last night, and it was a big night for the Blue Devil freshman. Marvin Bagley III, here he is with the steal and finds Trayvon Duval for the slam on the fast break. Then Bagley gonna miss the floater, but goes up strong for the two-handed putback. And how about Duval here with the nice move to the hoop and the beautiful finger roll. He had 18 points in the game. Duval then would find Bagley for the slam. Bagley leads all scores with 24 points, and Duke wins it 92-63. And UNCG was at home against Delaware last night. The Spartans trailed by as many as 11 points in the second half, but there's Malik Massey with the floater and the foul trying to keep his guys in it. Then James Dickey with the nice move to the hoop and the score. Then Francis Alonso, what a night for that guy. There he is with a beautiful pump fake, and he knocks down the 3. Now, Alonso became the 23rd Spartan to top 1,000 career points and finished with a career-high 32. UNCG wins it 79-63. All right, folks, that's it for sports. Have a great day.
House of Stars, your storage building and shed headquarters. Huge selection, top quality, best prices, and free delivery. On the lot financing, rent to own, and special orders, no problem. Since 1988, House of Stars, Highway 220 south of Madison.
Toyland, little girl in boyland, while you dwell within it, you are ever happy there. Daddy, it's Christmas! Childhood's joyland, misty.
Never let go of your dreams. The Mercedes-Benz Winter Event is back. Lease the GLC 300 for $449 a month at your local Mercedes-Benz dealer. Mercedes-Benz, the best or nothing.
Being an adoptive or foster parent means that you understand that every child needs love.
There are children right here in Guilford County who need the love and care of someone like you.
What fostering means to me is providing a safe and loving environment for children in need.
Why not open your home to the possibilities of improving a child's life?
Call 336-641-KIDS to become a foster parent. Visit foster.myguilford.com to learn more.
Make rush hour an adrenaline rush with the 2017 Nissan Altima. Now with Nissan Intelligent Mobility, featuring available automatic emergency braking that can help you stop safely and keep you out of a jam. Take on today and save up to 50/50 on Altima, or get 0% for up to 72 months on 13 models.
Food Lion Feeds provides meals to those in our community who need them most. With the gift of nourishing food, families can take care of the ones they love. And when they get back on their feet, show the same kindness to someone else. Pick up your Holidays Without Hunger box today.
Hi guys, so this is the all-new Chevy Equinox.
It's gorgeous.
It offers rear seat reminder, built-in 4G LTE Wi-Fi, Apple CarPlay compatibility, and teen driver technology. It's crazy. Now to get all these features, you'd need all 6 of those crossovers.
That's insane.
Yep, and you still wouldn't get everything that's in this Equinox.
Wow. 6 cars in one.
Yeah.
Current qualified competitive lessees can get this all-new 2018 Chevy Equinox for around $199 a month.
See your Triad area Chevy dealers.
House of Stars, your carport and garage headquarters. Keep your vehicle out of the weather. Huge selection, top quality, and best prices. On-the-lot financing and special orders, no problem. Since 1988, House of Stars, Highway 220 south of Madison. Booth, Harrington & Johns, North Carolina's first elder and special needs law firm.
Good morning, Piedmont Triad. The time 5:53. Checking temperatures this morning. Definitely a chill in the air. Not quite as cold as yesterday morning when we were dealing with mid-20s. Although Danville, a chilly spot this morning at 29. We're at 38 at PTI, 42 in Charlotte. We're at 43 over at Boone, 37 the temperature at Raleigh-Durham. Let's check out the 7-day forecast. This is the way things are looking as we head through the rest of the week. We're going to see temperatures move up and down as we go through the rest of the week. We'll be up today and tomorrow, near 60 both days. A little chillier for Thanksgiving and 50, and then we're back up to near 60 by Saturday.
Well, last night on the Late Late Show, funny man James Corden and pizza delivery driver Tad set out for an evening of deliveries.
Oh boy, each customer had to choose between the pizza they ordered or whatever was in the mystery pizza box.
You have won your very own brand new Fitbit Ionic. You will get your pizza, but first, you've got to work off the calories in the Fitbit Ionic's 7-minute workout. Let's go up and let's do a workout. Here we go, come on. Are you coming up, big guy? Sure. Come on, why not? Here we go. Did you hear what happened downstairs? Could you hear us?
No, not really.
DJ has forfeited your pizza. The good news is, why are you watching John Oliver? Shouldn't you be watching some repeats of the Late Late Show? Has John Oliver bought you a pizza? No. So look, here we go. I'm going to turn this on. All right, okay, first up is punches. Okay, our workout starts now. 2. This is terrible. 3. I've made a huge mistake. A little bit. Sorry. Come on. You're not done yet. This is no fun. Why aren't you doing this? A wall squat. What's a wall squat? Maybe I could squat up against John Oliver's face. And up.
I need someone to set this box down real quick.
Oh, Tad, you're an idiot. I'm trying to plank. You're using me as a table. Oh.
They had a good time.
Makes me hungry for some pizza.
Yeah. Definitely doesn't put me in the mood for exercise.
Yeah, I don't want the exercise. Just lay out that pizza and let's eat. Yeah.
Sounds like a good idea.
All right, you can catch the Late Late Show with James Corden weeknights here at 12:37 on WFMY News 2.
We're coming right back at 6 a.m. with more of your top news stories of the day. We'll check that forecast for you, and of course, before the roads get busy for the Thanksgiving holiday travel. We'll be right back.
Your mobile phone eavesdropping on your personal conversations. Sounds in
their pocket.
Up on your phone for things you've never searched for, just chatted about.
Well, your phone is always transmitting. It's always phoning home. It's always connected to the internet.
What, if anything, can be done about phone spying?
Tonight at 11 on WFMY News 2.
IHOP has new cheesecake stuffed French toast, made with creamy cheesecake topped with apples and toffee, strawberries, or cookies and cream made with Oreo cookie pieces. Now with IHOP and Go, order online and get $5 off your first order of $25 or more.
It's good to be home.
Everyone can't wait to see you.
I guess they couldn't stay up.
To all military members stationed home and overseas, happy holidays from America's best-selling brand. Right now, get 0 for 72 plus $1,500 cash back. Take advantage of these exclusive Black Friday offers only at your Carolina Ford dealer.
If your skin had a wash tag, what would it say?
80% glowing, 50% fractal.
No matter your skin type, all skin deserves gentleness. That's why Dove is sulfate-free. The #1 body wash recommended by dermatologists.
Julie? Wow, you look tired. I got up at 3 a.m. for Black Friday, but I saved hundreds. How'd you make out?
I slept in.
Still got a great deal.
Oh.
Get something you really want during the GMC Acadia Black Friday event. Get 15% below MSRP on all 2017 Acadia SLT models. That's over $6,700 on this GMC Acadia.
See your Piedmont Triad GMC dealer.
Why pay more for the same furniture elsewhere when you can buy it for less at Southeastern Furniture Warehouse? We buy the deals and give you the savings. Like this two-piece sectional, $299. Beds, $198. Four-drawer chest, $49.95. We sell value. Bunk bed with mattress, $249. Bed frames, $29.95. Plus, buy it for less today and get it today with same-day delivery. And no credit check needed. So save more. Don't pay more. Buy for less at Southeastern Furniture Warehouse. 3000 South Elm, Eugene, Greensboro, next to Home Depot.
When I dare to dream, adventure begins with me. Families are forever. Beauty is found within. My dreams can come true.
And Disney on Ice presents Dare to Dream.
Playing at Greensboro Coliseum November 30th through December 3rd. For tickets and performance information, visit DisneyOnIce.com.
You're watching The Good Morning Show with Tracy McCain, Eric Chilton, and Megan Maleris.
Good morning, I'm Tracy McCain here with Megan Maleris and Ed Matthews. Eric has the day off.
Yep, 6 o'clock on the dot on Tuesday, November 21st. We're off to a chilly start. I feel like deja vu saying that. It's been a pattern here, and it's only going to get colder as we get closer to Thanksgiving. Ed, you'll have our full forecast coming up.
Indeed, I will.
Let's take a look at what's making headlines this morning. CBS and PBS have suspended Charlie Rose after several women have accused him of sexual misconduct. We'll take a closer look at the fallout and share Rose's response just ahead.
The deadline for a recount request in the High Point mayoral race is just about 6 hours away. We'll have the latest on the potential twists that could happen today.
And a local church is handing out free Thanksgiving meals for families in need. We'll take you live to the annual Feeding the 5,000 event coming up right here on the Good Morning Show.
Wow, it's amazing. We see every year folks lining up sometimes the night before just because they need this meal, and they're so appreciative of this church for making it happen for their families.
Despite the cold air, Ed.
Yeah, they're lined up there at Lawndale Baptist this morning in the cold. Headed out early this morning, low and mid-30s. Let's talk about forecast highs today as we start a little moderation in the temperatures. 56 our high yesterday. We'll add a few more degrees onto that today, and I think tomorrow we may actually warm up right around 60. But look at our friends at International Falls, a balmy high of 21 today. You gotta love it up there on the Canadian border. Some of that chilly air will start to work into the Piedmont on Thanksgiving Day, or actually Wednesday night and Thanksgiving Day. High pressure moving offshore, more of a light southwesterly wind, not only bringing in slightly milder temperatures, but also bringing in a few clouds. So we'll see some scattered high-level clouds today and maybe even a spritz of rain overnight tonight. Out ahead of an approaching cold front that will move through the area tomorrow. Still mild though tomorrow. The chillier air doesn't arrive until Wednesday night, and it'll be with us in full force on Thursday, Thanksgiving. We'll see a mix of sun and clouds, and temperatures around 50 after being around 60 coming up tomorrow. 58 today with sun and clouds. Overnight tonight it'll be cloudy, just a spotty shower, and 43 for the low in our 7-day forecast. Wednesday looks good, up around 60 Thanksgiving Day. Hey, a nice day. I mean, it's November, folks. If it's 50, there you go. That is below normal for this time of year. But look at this. We moderate the temperatures and warm back up a bit. We're back up pretty close to 60 on Saturday.
Well, it's still a really quiet morning on the travel front. No major delays or crashes on any of your thoroughfares throughout the Triad area. But if we head into Burlington, I am starting to see just minor congestion on 62 as you're crossing over I-40 down to an average of 17 miles per hour. Looks like for a pretty good stretch. I'm seeing the southbound lane now starting to back up a little bit. Still no reported crash in the area. I'll let you know if the North Carolina DOT reports what's going on. So far, no issues of major concern. In Greensboro, it looks like crews have resumed this construction project on Cohen Boulevard westbound. There's maintenance work on US 220, that's Battleground Avenue, and already I'm seeing some delays on Benjamin Parkway as a result. Budget extra time in Greensboro. Drive times leaving Kernersville happen on Business 40 heading to Greensboro, just a 9-minute ride to Wendover Avenue. If you're heading west to Winston-Salem, just 11 minutes to get to Peters Creek Parkway. And a live look at our DOT traffic camera. This is Business 40 West at MLK Junior Drive. Cars are cruising, keeping in mind click it or ticket is in effect this week as the Thanksgiving travel period progresses. Be extra careful on the roads and report anything you see as aggressive driving. Trace.
6:04 and developing this morning, legendary TV news broadcaster Charlie Rose is the latest high-profile man accused of sexual harassment. The Washington Post reports at least 8 women say Rose acted inappropriately around them between the late 90s and 2011. Rose released a statement apologizing for what he calls his inappropriate behavior. He said in part, quote, "I have behaved insensitively at times and I accept responsibility for that, though I do not believe that all of these allegations are accurate," end quote. Well, CBS News called the allegations extremely disturbing and suspended Rose. Network officials say he will remain suspended while the organization looks into the matter. PBS and Bloomberg also responded by suspending distribution of the Charlie Rose show. Well, here in the Triad, the Rockingham County School Board voted to close 2 schools. The school board says Draper Elementary and Dillard Elementary will both shut down starting next school year. The New Vision School of Science, Math, and Technology will then move into the Dillard Elementary School building. School board members say current Dillard students could stay there if they switch from a traditional calendar to the year-round calendar. Right now, it's unclear where current Draper Elementary students will be transferred. The school board plans to make a decision in the next few months. Well, there could be a new twist today in the race for High Point mayor. Bruce Davis lost to Jay Wagner by a very narrow margin in the November 7th race. Officials certified the results last Friday, but Davis has until noon today to formally request a recount. Late last week, Davis told WFMY News 2 he plans to ask for the recount, but at last check with the Board of Elections yesterday, no recount has been requested just yet. Again, Davis has until noon today to make that request. Of course, we'll keep you updated as he makes his decision. Well, right now in Greensboro, folks are lining up for a Thanksgiving tradition. Lawndale Baptist Church is preparing to hand out boxes of food for its annual Feeding the 5,000, and that's where we find WFMY News 2's Candace Red this morning. How early did people get there, Candace?
Well, you know what? I'm told that a lot of folks started showing up even around, can you believe this, 2 a.m. this morning. They've been braving the cold and it's all to get their hands on that box of food to feed their families for Thanksgiving. I'm actually joined with the pastor, Joe Giratelli. And Pastor, just go ahead and talk to us about exactly how important is this event to families. You're seeing numbers of folks lining up so early this morning.
Well, it's wonderful because they'll be able to get a box and have it cooked in their own home. Many that are underemployed or unemployed that normally would not be able to go through the extra expense to do that. We're blessed they can come and do that. It's humbling to see them out here, isn't it?
It really is. And you know what? I've been speaking with some of the church members and folks who work here as well at the church. They even decide to come on out here themselves just to volunteer. Talk a little bit about that.
They love to do it. It's wonderful to be able to give in the name of Jesus Christ, and they love to be able to be a blessing. And this whole church puts this together, a can and a box and a turkey at a time until we have enough resources to do it. And they've done it every single year we've done it.
For folks who are watching this and hoping that they have enough time to come on down here to get their hands on a box for their own family, what can you tell them?
Tell them to come on down. Even if we have enough for the first 1,000 families to come through, but we also have a spillover place where we have bags of, no one's going to leave without something. We have bags of food there with lots of different things in those also. But come down, the lines, we have plenty of room for people to come down. Please come down. We want you to be connected and have a blessed Thanksgiving with your family.
Perfect. Well said. So be sure to stick with us, because we're actually going to go ahead and speak with some folks in line, and we're going to also show you exactly what's inside that box that these families are going to go be able to take home for the Thanksgiving holiday.
Certainly is a blessing for these families.
And I'm glad to hear from Pastor Joe Girardelli that no one's going to leave empty-handed. Yes. So even if you can't rush out there just yet, there could be something left over for you.
Absolutely. Keep in mind, though, the giveaway begins at 9 this morning at Lawndale Baptist Church in Greensboro.
It's 6:08. Let's take another look at the roads as you head out the door. It's going to be a pretty busy travel day today and, of course, tomorrow as we get into the Thanksgiving holiday. I-840 West at Friendly looks pretty good right now. We'll keep you posted if that changes right here on the Good Morning Show. Lee?
Okay, thanks a lot, Meg. You also need to hear this before you hit the road. There's a new report on which booster seats best protect your kids. We'll have those details coming up.
Childress Vineyards is home for all of life's winning moments. Eat, drink, and be merry at Childress Vineyards this holiday season. From our family to yours, Merry Christmas.
It's our first Black Friday silent sales event at Cox Toyota in Burlington. You are invited.
Cox Toyota will be closed on Thanksgiving Day, but our Black Friday tags will be on every vehicle on the lot. After the turkey, stop by Cox Toyota. Look around. No salespeople, no haggling. Find the new or used vehicle you want and take a picture of the tag. Come back early Black Friday morning. Doors open at 7. The price in your picture is the price of that vehicle. Plus, the first 10 new cars sold on Black Friday will come with a brand new TV.
So before you buy, give Cox a try.
Make Kohl's Black Friday your first stop. Shop Black Friday deals online all week long. Plus, get more bang for your buck with $15 Kohl's cash for every $50 spent. Get $19.99 toys. Kitchen electrics are just $7.99 after rebate. And stores open Thursday at 5 p.m. Kohl's.
Let Bojangles do the cooking this holiday season by pre-ordering a seasoned fried turkey. Bojangles juicy fried turkeys are ready to heat and serve. Order your fried turkey for $39.99 today. Bojangles. It's bow time.
Hi.
Well, honey, I said sweet potatoes.
Yes, you did. I forgot the shrimp. Shrimp? An apple pie.
Dad likes pecan.
Oh, well, in that case, I can...
Love to drive? Visit the Start Your Own Legacy winter sales event for leases starting at $289 a month at your local Infiniti retailer.
Now's the time to give the gift of tradition and save at Field & Stream, where you'll find great deals even before Black Friday. Like 25% off all regular price Hornady centerfire, big game, and slug ammo. Save on Remington Gun Club shot shells. And save $300 on the Field & Stream Sportsman Gun Safe. Get up to $50 in Field & Stream cash when you buy Yeti. And with our best price guarantee, if you find a lower price somewhere else, we'll match it. Where traditions begin. Field & Stream.
Today we're going to talk about trucks. Right on. Which of these truck brands do you think offers best-in-class HD horsepower and the most capable off-road mid-size pickup?
I'd go Ram. I would put it on Ford.
Let's find out.
Chevy.
That's right. It's Chevy.
They look amazing.
Wow.
Chevy's killing it.
Yeah, definitely.
The 2017s are going fast. Get special closeout pricing on our most popular Chevy trucks. That's over $8,000 total value on this Silverado All-Star. See your Triad area Chevy dealer.
Childress Vineyards is home for all of life's winning moments. Eat, drink, and be merry at Childress Vineyards this holiday season. From our family to yours, Merry Christmas.
Welcome back to the Good Morning Show. It's 6:12. Parents, you'll want to hear this before you pack your kids in the car this morning. The Insurance Institute for Highway Safety released its list of the best booster seats for keeping children safe inside cars. And CBS's Meg Oliver breaks down the results.
This crash test video shows how unrestrained children can become projectiles, even in a low-speed collision. Kids wearing only seatbelts can also be seriously hurt if the belt doesn't fit properly.
We know that kids that are age 4 to 8 are 45% less likely to be injured when they're in a booster seat than in a safety belt alone.
13 out of 16 new booster seat models sold in 2017 have earned the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety's highest rating.
A Best Bet booster will provide good belt fit on a typical 4 to 8-year-old child in almost any vehicle.
The Costco Finale and the backless Chico Go Fit, along with the Maxi Cosi Roadie Fix and Diano Monterey XT booster seats, are among those awarded the top rating.
What we're looking for is for the shoulder belt to be positioned at the center of the shoulder so it's not falling off the shoulder or riding up on the neck. And the lap belt, we're looking for it to be low on the hips, really across the upper thigh, so that it's not riding up on the stomach.
3 other seats, the Harmony Folding Travel Booster, the Kitty Cruiser 3, and the Ride Safer Delighter were rated check fit.
A check fit booster means that the booster seat will provide good belt fit for some kids in some vehicles.
The 2017 Best Bet booster seats range in price from about $40 to $250. The IIHS recommends children use booster seats until safety belts fit properly, regardless of their age.
What we tell parents is that safety is not negotiable.
The IIHS says that means some kids will be safer in booster seats until they're as old as 12. Meg Oliver, CBS News.
The Safety First Summit 65 booster seat was the only seat in this report rated not recommended. If you'd like to check out these ratings for your child's booster seat, you can find a complete list on IIHS.org. Again, that's IIHS.org. Right now it's 6:14, and this cold weather has a lot of us cranking up our heat, and that can mean higher power bills, of course. So after the break, we answer a viewer question, and we'll take a look at whether gas heat or an electric space heater is the cheaper option. Stay with us.
Extraordinary event for the whole family. The Craftsman's Christmas Classic this Friday through Sunday, Greensboro Coliseum. Hundreds of artists and craftsmen, fabulous gifts, decorations, seasonal treats just for you. Details, savings at ChristmasClassic.com.
I am thankful for my health and Black Friday pricing at my Honda dealer. I got my CR-V on clearance. I love it so much. It's like part of the family now.
Yeah, we know, Dad.
Make a Honda part of your family during the Happy Honda Days sales event. Get Black Friday clearance pricing on any Honda SUV, like 0.9 financing on the Pilot and HR-V.
So, I'm failing math.
Why can't you be more like the Honda?
Ochsner & Permar has represented nurses for more than 10 years. We understand your unique challenges. Filing a claim against the company that might end up treating you can be scary.
I was an anesthesia tech for 13 years when I was injured. Ochsner & Permar prepared me every step of the way, and in the end, I got the settlement I deserved.
With Ochsner & Permar, you're not alone in the fight. Call 1-800-319-9000. We make wrongs right.
This season, while you're out gift shopping and party hopping, once you've found the perfect tree and decorated to a T, through the gathering, hosting, and checking your list twice, don't forget to treat yourself. Get all your holiday looks at Cato, where you can find fashion for every day at prices for everyone. Shop Cato and CatoFashions.com.
It's the Black Friday year-end sales event going on right now at Crossroads Ford in Kernersville. So come in now for our biggest discounts and biggest savings of the year, giving you the best prices in the Triad. New 2017 Explorers take up to $7,500 off, and new 2017 Escapes take up to $7,000 off, and new 2017 Fusions take up to $7,000 off. So come see us today for great selection, outstanding customer service, and the best prices only at Crossroads Ford in Kernersville.
It's here! Badcock's Black Friday Super Sale. Get up to half off. Plus, Black Friday only get an extra 10% off your entire purchase. That's up to half off bedrooms, up to half off mattress sets. Save hundreds on sofas, and save hundreds on power recliners, dining rooms, and electric fireplaces. And get 24 months interest-free. With no credit refused, Badcock makes it easy. Get to Badcock's Black Friday Super Sale for up to half off. Plus, Black Friday only save an extra 10%.
hurry in and receive a holiday credit of up to $3,000 on select BMW models.
Celebrate the season, the one and only Craftsman's Christmas Classic, this Friday through Sunday, Greensboro Coliseum. The Triad's favorite holiday tradition with choices for every style, taste, and budget. See what's new. Save big at ChristmasClassic.com. Don't miss it.
News 2 Weather Garden is sponsored by Biscuitville's new spicy chicken and jalapeno pimento cheese.
Good morning. It's 18 minutes after 6. Yesterday, bright sunshine. Now, we're going to see some sun today, but yeah, there's going to be a few scattered high-level clouds kind of mixed in as well, and the clouds will only increase as we head through the afternoon out ahead of a cold front that may bring us spritz of rain overnight tonight. What do you say we make it up to about 58 today with a mix of sun and clouds? A spritz or a sprinkle overnight tonight and 43. Before chillier air arrives later tomorrow night and Thanksgiving Day, we should make it up to around 60 tomorrow. Thanksgiving, sun and clouds and cooler with a high of 50.
Taking a look at Triad roads this morning, this is what morning commutes are made of. No problems at all right now throughout the Triad. Taking a look at Greensboro first as we center in on the main highway here, I-40 and I-73 and 85. You can see no major problems even on I-840 in the east part of Greensboro. Looks clear this morning. Speaking of east, let's head east to Burlington and you can see ideal travel conditions here as well. Graham, no problems at all. Haw River, Mebane, you're all looking good in Alamance County. So let's check west in Forsyth County. We're seeing ideal travel conditions on Business 40 and I-40. A little slowdown has just popped up on 158 here right near South Stratford Road. But other than that, you can see it's not a big deal here. Eastbound 158 slowdown to 15 miles per hour. Not a very long slowdown, but still you get the point. It's a really nice commute out there. Your highway drive times look nice from Kernersville to Greensboro. 8 minutes to Wendover Avenue from 66 on Business 40 eastbound. I-40 eastbound, you're cruising along. A quick 9-minute drive to Wendover Avenue. Well, as you've heard us talk about, it's cold this morning and it's going to stay cold this week. So we want to know, how is your home heated? Go to WFMY.com/vote now or open up the News 2 app and click Vote Now. Your choices are electricity, gas, or a wood stove. We're asking you this question because of a question submitted by a viewer. They wanted verified. Stephanie from Danville asked us to verify if gas heat or an electric space heater is the cheaper option to conserve electricity. She explained to me she recently moved from a house with a heat pump to a house with gas heat, and her electric bill seems higher. So she wants to know if she should stick with the gas heat or install an electric heater. Well, I talked to a home improvement expert and we'll have the answers and cost comparisons coming up next hour. If you're heading out the door now, though, I did post the spoilers on my Facebook page, Megan Malaris News. In the meantime, let's get back to our interactive voting question. We asked you, how is your home heated? Looks like the majority of you voting so far, 82% say gas. And that is good news for you. A little hint there to my verify answer. Again, we'll talk about it coming up next hour at 7. Lee?
Well, it's 6:21 and it's time to talk turkey. After the break, we'll introduce you to the birds that will supposedly receive a presidential pardon today. We'll be right back.
CBS Tonight.
My water broke, Tim.
Go. Even heroes.
Excuse me, an emergency. Stay back. We need help.
Need a miracle.
Let everyone else go. The clock is ticking.
Your life's about to change.
It's the best Thanksgiving ever.
New NCIS. Then the bull hits the fans.
You set me up, and the irony is that I'm trying to save your life.
New bull after a new NCIS. CBS Tonight.
Right now during the Rooms to Go holiday sale, it's back. Our 100-month interest-free finance offer on Tempur-Pedic, the most highly recommended bed in America. The perfect reason to buy your new Tempur-Pedic mattress at Rooms to Go, a store you can trust. Our selection is amazing. And with 100-month interest-free financing, payments start as low as $20 a month. So, shop and compare. Then buy any of our Tempur-Pedic mattress sets with low interest-free monthly payments. Right now at Rooms to Go.
It's our first Black Friday silent sales event at Cox Toyota in Burlington. You are invited.
Cox Toyota will be closed on Thanksgiving Day, but our Black Friday tags will be on every vehicle on the lot. After the turkey, stop by Cox Toyota. Look around. No salespeople, no haggling. Find the new or used vehicle you want and take a picture of the tag. Come back early Black Friday morning. Doors open at 7. The price in your picture is the price of that vehicle. Plus, the first 10 new cars sold on Black Friday will come with a brand new TV.
So before you buy, give Cox a try.
Lowe's Foods presents Tanglewood Park's Festival of Lights, celebrating our 26th year. Festival of Lights is sure to brighten your holidays with new displays as well as family favorites. Don't forget to visit the Gift Village with special activities, Santa Claus, concessions, and of course, the gift shop. Join us this season at Tanglewood Park's Festival of Lights, open nightly November 17th through January 1st.
This is how Food Lion shoppers outsmart the season. By turning the imperfect into picture perfect. Making everything fresh, even if it's not from scratch. And counting on Food Lion to keep recipes budget-friendly and easy. Now, bring on the in-laws. Food Lion, how refreshing.
Choose an affordable health insurance plan that fits your health needs and your budget through the Affordable Care Act. Enroll in quality, affordable health insurance that will cover you through 2018. The deadline to enroll in 2018 coverage is December 15th. Financial assistance is available to help you pay for your plan. Make an appointment today for free in-person help. Call 855-733-3711 or go to getcoveredamerica.org.
Hello, I'm Lawrence Edgerton. One of the most common injuries that occur on the road involve rear-end collisions. Careless drivers aren't paying attention or following the rules of the road. Then an innocent victim's life gets turned upside down. Long-lasting injuries to the neck and spine can result. I had neck surgery some years ago, so I know how scary it can be. If you've been injured in a rear-end collision, don't take chances. Call Edgerton Law.
At Edgerton Law, we care about you.
6:25 this morning. We're just a few hours away from the annual turkey pardon at the White House. President Donald Trump will pardon 2 turkeys, one named Drumstick, the other Wishbone, in a rose garden ceremony.
The farmers who raised the turkeys talked about how they picked the pair.
Really comes down to just how beautiful they are.
And their personality.
And their personality, absolutely.
The team used music to help get the turkeys used to people and noise.
Awesome. Well, here's a picture that's been making the rounds on the internet lately. Drumstick and Wishbone were given a fancy hotel room near the White House. Take a look. Nice beds and sheets. Woohoo. Well, apparently they get to relax before they strut their stuff today in style. Once they're pardoned, they will retire at Virginia Tech's Gobbler's Rest exhibit, where they will live with President Barack Obama's pardoned turkeys from last year, named Tater and Tot.
How about these names?
I love
these turkeys.
Wishbone, I think that's a great name, Ed.
Yeah, Drumstick. I was like, wow, I like that one as well. You know, those turkeys got to be some happy turkeys to be pardoned. And when they get to that sanctuary, yeah, all the turkeys are going to say, hey, 2 more. You made it.
Exactly.
You survived. All right.
For now.
For now, yeah. All right, let's talk about Piedmont weather. A little chill in the air. Our thermometer reading 34 degrees here in the Garden. And you can see over the Mid-Atlantic region, although some areas like over at Roanoke, where the temperature is at 28, most areas are in the 30s. 39 at Asheville. We're at 37 at PTI. Temperature at 39 over in Wilmington. We head out over the Ohio Valley, generally mid and upper 30s. For the commute today, looking good. Sun and clouds, low and mid 30s this morning. Clouds sticking up a little bit later today, and upper 50s, a high around 58.
Well, happy early Thanksgiving, and we got a special gift for you. We want you to win $1,000 this morning on Q1041.
The first keyword is at
7 o'clock with the Bobby Bones Show this morning. Good luck.
Your mobile phone eavesdropping on your personal conversations. Sounds crazy, but
Phones are really snitches in their pockets.
Out of nowhere, ads pop up on your phone for things you've never searched for, just chatted about.
Your phone is always transmitting, it's always phoning home, it's always connected to the internet.
What, if anything, can be done about phone spying?
Tonight at 11 on WFMY News 2.
Taking a drive to see the holiday lights. Brought some candy so the kids don't fight.
Off to Grandma's to celebrate. Had to detour, so we're gonna be late. Holiday road.
Get on the holiday road in a Honda Pilot. See your dealer for great holiday deals during the Happy Honda Days sales event.
We forget that there's people out there living in the woods right here in our town.
We grew up poor. Me and my brother went homeless with my dad.
Started doing drugs at early age. A lot of times people think that all we're doing is feeding people. No, we're changing lives.
I encourage you to get involved, whether that be monetarily through donations, whether that be coming to our community meals, our community events, helping serve food.
The mission can be just the beginning of a new life.
Today we're going to talk about trucks.
Right on.
Which of these truck brands do you think offers best-in-class HD horsepower and the most capable off-road mid-size pickup?
I go Ram. I would put it on Ford.
Let's find out.
Chevy.
That's right, it's Chevy.
They look amazing.
Wow.
Chevy's killing it.
Yeah, definitely.
The 2017s are going fast. Get special closeout pricing on our most popular Chevy trucks. That's over $8,000 total value on this Silverado All-Star. See your Triad area Chevy dealer.
I have asthma, one of many pieces in my life. So when my asthma symptoms kept coming back on my long-term control medicine, I talked to my doctor and found a missing piece in my asthma treatment with Brio.
Once daily Brio prevents asthma symptoms. Brio's for adults with asthma not well controlled on a long-term asthma control medicine, like an inhaled corticosteroid. Brio won't replace a rescue inhaler for sudden breathing problems. Brio is specifically designed to open up airways to improve breathing for a full 24 hours. Brio contains a type of medicine that increases the risk of death from asthma problems and may increase the risk of hospitalization in children and adolescents. Brio is not for people whose asthma is well controlled on a long-term asthma control medicine, like an inhaled corticosteroid. Once your asthma is well controlled, your doctor will decide if you can stop Brio and prescribe a different asthma control medicine, like an inhaled corticosteroid. Do not take Brio more than prescribed. See your doctor if your asthma does not improve or gets worse.
Ask your doctor if 24-hour Brio could be a missing piece for you.
See if you're eligible to pay no more than $10 a month.
Get to Cox Toyota for their $1,000 test drive.
You're waking up to the Good Morning Show.
Good morning to you. 6:30 on Tuesday, November 21st. We're on that home stretch to Thanksgiving.
Absolutely. And because of that, we of course need to talk about a forecast with the Thanksgiving holiday just around the corner. So we will talk with Ed Matthews about that in just a few minutes. First, let's take a look at what's making headlines. So we're talking about Thanksgiving and people getting ready to hit the roads. It's going to be busy starting tomorrow. We'll show you how the state's trying to make your holiday travel a little smoother.
Also, deals seem to be flooding the internet right now, and we know it can be overwhelming to sift through them. So our deal guy Matt Granite sorts through the chaos and shows you some of the top bargains coming up.
And a local church is giving back in a big way for the holiday. We'll go live to the Feeding the 5,000 event where families in need can get free Thanksgiving meals this morning. And that box is packed with some great stuff.
Great stuff. We see families expressing such gratitude every year that the church does this for them. As Ed says, it's the reason for the season.
Yeah, it's all about giving to people and putting a big smile on their face. I'm trying to give you some nice weather. Maybe that'll put a smile on your face. Maybe temperatures moderating a little bit today and tomorrow. We continue up and down temperatures across the Piedmont. And as we take a look at forecast highs today, we're starting to trend upward. 56 yesterday, we'll be up around 58 today, and tomorrow I think we'll be around 60, so a little milder over the southeast. But here comes our next batch of chilly chilly air. Temperatures will be in the 20s for highs today over the northern plains. Not going to get that cold, but it's going to cool us off for Thanksgiving. In the meantime, high pressure off the east coast. We've got a south and southwesterly wind giving us more of a mix of sun and clouds today. As a matter of fact, the clouds will thicken later this afternoon out ahead of the approaching cold front, and there could be a spotty shower overnight tonight. Very light precipitation and only a 20% chance of that. The front will move on through tomorrow. But out ahead of the front, we have one more mild day with that high around 60. And then by Thanksgiving, sun and clouds, and we're going to drop about 10 degrees over that 60 tomorrow. On Thanksgiving Day, temperatures will be near 50. A little wave of low pressure may try to throw at least a few clouds in, so that's the reason we're seeing a mix of sun and clouds for Thanksgiving, but overall a nice day for your opportunity to get together with friends and family. Sun and clouds, 58 for us today. Overnight tonight, a few spritz of rain under a cloudy sky, and 43. Tomorrow, partly cloudy and near 60. Thanksgiving, sun and clouds, and that chilly high of 50.
Well, our streak of good luck on the roads has ended this morning as we are now getting a report of an accident in Forsyth County. This is in the Winston-Salem area on 150, Highway 150, that's Peters Creek Parkway, right at Parkside Place Drive. So if you're headed in this area, in the Greenhouse Road area neighborhood, give yourself a little extra time. You may need it as you're heading out on Peters Creek Parkway. So that's one crash to tell you about. Now we have a slowdown in Greensboro on westbound I-840, slow down to 7 miles per hour. We're also seeing some slowdowns on Wendover Avenue right near the station on Tucker Street and O'Henry Boulevard, which is Highway 29. So if you're going in that area, you always want to give yourself a little extra time because it is congested. Burlington starting to look congested on Highway 62, slow down to 20 miles per hour in both directions as you're approaching I-40, so you may need to add a little extra time to your commute through that area as well. Your highway drive times on the main roads look pretty good though. From Kernersville to Greensboro, 8 minutes to Wendover Avenue. From Highway 66 from Kernersville to Greensboro on Business 40 eastbound, and I-40 eastbound from 66 to Wendover Avenue is nice and smooth and quick 9-minute drive. Of course, we'll keep you updated on the roads right here on the Good Morning Show.
Well, the roads are about to get even busier since Thanksgiving is 2 days away, and the state DOT is officially suspending most road and lane closures on major highways to make your travel a little bit easier. That road suspension will last until Monday. It'll start tomorrow at 6. You also need to know this if you're planning to drive soon. Gas is up about a quarter more a gallon compared to last year. The current average in North Carolina is about $2.38 a gallon. We've made it easy for you to find the lowest prices at pumps in your neighborhood, so you can go to the interactive map on WFMYnews2.com. Just click the traffic tab and then you'll see a page called lowest gas prices. On there you can search your zip code and find the cheapest prices. The savings don't stop there. Our deal guy Matt Granite has the scoop on the best offers at Amazon just in time for the holiday. Check it out.
I have hunted down more deals than anyone else. Great to be with you. Yes, I've profiled the deals from Target, Walmart, Best Buy. The truth is, though, Amazon has more of an aggressive stance than any of the other retailers. And yes, I'm a little bit biased because I do have a network show with Amazon, but I will tell you, just purely as a bargain hunter, if you look at the price drops, these are the items you may want to consider right now. The hoverboard and self-balancing scooter with much safer regulations are now one of the top trending holiday gifts. If you are looking for an Echo deal, yes, you can make your home smart, get Alexa wherever it is you want for low prices beyond belief. If you're looking for some of the best tablet deals with Alexa built in, this is the year for that as well. Substantial savings, all of which are located on our website. From action cams to vacuum deals, humidifiers, blenders. Wow, this thing's really heavy. All of the deals are waiting for you on our website. Don't forget to check them out. And if there's something you want to win or score for free, I'm also giving away all of the items I've tested this holiday season. Happy savings. Back to you.
I like a good deal.
Yeah, me too. And I want to clarify something. I just heard from my producer that those road closures that we mentioned earlier, they actually start today. They started at 6 and go through Monday. So just give yourself some extra time on the roads.
All right, definitely we'll factor that in. And those deals for Matt are on our website, WFMYnews2.com. All right, so the Thanksgiving holiday is also about giving back. This morning, a local church is ready to hand out meals for 1,000 families. Each box of food will feed 5,000 people for Thanksgiving.
Pretty cool. WFMY News' Candace Red is live at Lawndale Baptist Church in Greensboro, where people have been lined up for hours now. Candace.
Yeah, definitely for hours. I'm told that, you know, some folks have been out here since 2 a.m., if you could believe it, you know, just braving the cold out here. But it's all worth it for them, because if you take a look, this is exactly what they're trying to get their hands on, just boxes of food for their family for the Thanksgiving holiday. We have the turkey, stuffing, apple pie, mashed potatoes over here, cranberry sauce, just everything you pretty much so need to celebrate the holiday. But let's go ahead and speak with some folks and get their own opinion about why they decide to come out here. So good morning to you. What's your name?
Lisa.
Lisa, why did you decide to come out here in the cold to get a good meal for your family?
Well, it's not cold as it was last year, but I just come out here for the show, because the tickets are in the box, and I always give my food to somebody else that needs it.
Oh, wow. So you're actually getting food for others who are really going to be in need this holiday. Why would you even do something like that, being so selfless?
With me, I'm not selfish. I done had so much stuff done to me in the past that I want to give back, because everybody always gave to me. Because I've been through a lot of stuff in the last couple of years, and technically, I'm staying with my sister now, and she didn't let me stay there, and I'm helping her with the kids, because what happened to me in the past, I'm about to cry. But like I said, it's a blessing for me to come out here and to give to other people, because I know I'm going to get lifted up in the end.
Wow, I mean, that's a great story right there. I was speaking with the pastor, and he was saying how this one event touches so many people. Obviously, it looks like you agree, but I want to go ahead and give you one last look, because this line getting much longer. At first, it was only about 50 to 100 folks out here. Now you can see it's getting pretty packed.
Yeah, the line is growing, which means the need is definitely there this holiday season.
It's so great. The spirit of the holiday is giving thanks. This church is doing that by giving back. We heard earlier from the pastor who said it is first come, first serve. The first 1,000 families in line get the vouchers for the full meal bag, but there are some overflow items that will be available, so no one will leave empty-handed.
Which is great. So even if you wanted to go out there now, you could and still walk away with something great for Thanksgiving.
Here are the details one more time if you are thinking about heading out there. The giveaway starts at 9 o'clock this morning. That's when doors open. So if you plan to wait in line, bundle up.
Well, there are a few other places where you can get help with Thanksgiving food today. Williams Memorial CME Church in High Point is also handing out thousands of boxes of food. Each box includes a turkey and several sides with enough food to feed at least a family of 5. They'll be given out on a first-come, first-served basis starting at 10 this morning. The church is located on Triangle Lake Road in High Point.
There will also be a turkey giveaway at Wells Memorial Church of God in Christ in Greensboro. That church is located on East Washington Street. The first 50 people there will receive a free turkey with a limit of 1 turkey per family. That giveaway also starts at 10 this morning.
So great to see everybody giving back. Reason for the season. Absolutely. 6:41 this morning. You know, the holidays mean a lot of family time, which can get tricky at times.
Yeah, so after the break, our contributing editor, Blanca Cobb, shows you how to prevent some of that family drama and avoid awkward situations.
It's our first Black Friday silent sales event at Cox Toyota in Burlington.
Cox Toyota will be closed Thanksgiving Day, but our Black Friday tags will be on every vehicle on the lot. Take a picture, and that's the price you'll pay on Black Friday.
So before you buy, give Cox a try.
Your Biscuitville local forecast. From the west, it'll be sunny side up all morning. Things continue to be dry cured in Wilkesboro. Light sprinkles will start in Henderson and continue until 2 p.m. Yes, another beautiful Biscuitville day.
Other trucks got your back, like the 2017 Nissan Titan, which comes standard with a 5.6-liter V8 and America's best truck warranty. 5 years, 100,000 miles, inside and out, bumper to bumper. Take on today. Now get special Black Friday savings. And with holiday bonus cash, save up to $11,260 on select models. Or get 0% financing for up to 72 months on 13 models.
She may not remember the lights or Grandpa's story, but she will remember the tradition. That's what moms are for. The holidays at Cracker Barrel. Enjoy every little thing.
Let's get the big guy in place.
The Ford year-end sales event is here.
I can guide you in. No thanks, Santa. I got this. It looks a little tight. Perfect fit. Santa needs an F-150.
That's Ford, America's best-selling brand. Hurry in for 0% financing for 72 months across a full lineup of Ford cars, trucks, and SUVs. Now get 0 for 72 plus $1,500 cash back on F-150. Plus active military, veterans, and retirees get $1,000 appreciation cash on top of all offers at your Carolina Ford dealer.
Through the years, our main goal at Barrico, Carolina Fuels, and Alamance Oil Company is to keep your family comfortable since 1924. We're here during winter with propane and fuel. We're here during spring to tune up your air conditioning. We're here during summer to keep your company running smoothly, inside and out. We're here during fall to keep you cozy. Winter, spring, summer, fall. Barrico does it all.
Barrico, always dependable.
Discover an easier, faster, better way to buy at Flo Buick GMC, where upfront transparent pricing is our standard. Drive the 2017 Encore for $20,585. Drive the 2017 Envision for $33,600. Or the 2017 Enclave for $37,799. Plus, save up to 25% off MSRP on all remaining in-stock 2017 Enclave models. Visit Flo Buick GMC WinstonSalem.com or Flo Buick GMC Greensboro.com today. Flo Buick GMC, the Triad's Buick GMC volume leader.
UNCG basketball season tickets are on sale now. Check out the reigning Southern Conference regular season champions at the Greensboro Coliseum. Lower level season tickets are only $129. For more information, visit UNCGSpartans.com.
Hospice of Rockingham County is the only full-service hospice in Rockingham County. If you or your loved one has been diagnosed with a life-limiting illness, let us show you how our specialized care can help. When caring matters most, make sure it's Hospice of Rockingham County.
It's our first Black Friday silent sales event at Cox Toyota in Burlington.
Cox Toyota will be closed Thanksgiving Day, but our Black Friday tags will be on every vehicle on the lot. Take a picture, and that's the price you'll pay on Black Friday.
So before you buy, give Cox a try.
Good morning. The time 6:44. Greatest amount of sunshine this morning, and then clouds really thicken up as we head through the afternoon. We look into the future with our high-resolution Futurecast satellite radar. We begin at midday. Some scattered clouds, but still a fair amount of sunshine across the area. But look what happens as we go into the afternoon and evening. A cold front will approach from the northwest and pull in some moisture from the south, enough to give us an isolated shower overnight tonight, and then that front will move on to the Carolina coast. Tomorrow will clear things out, and after warming up a little bit today and tomorrow, temperatures are going to chill down for your Thanksgiving Day. As we take a look at our Fastcast, temperatures this morning low in mid 30s with a mix of sun and clouds. Sun and clouds and near 50 at lunchtime, with the thickening clouds in the afternoon, a high today of 58.
Taking a look at the roads this morning, it looks like this is the only crash that you're going to be dealing with in Winston-Salem here. This is Highway 150, which is Peters Creek Parkway. There is an accident at Parkside Place Drive. This started about 30 minutes ago, and crews have yet to clear it. We certainly hope everybody is okay, but this is a good reminder for people as they start heading out that you will see a lot more congestion on the roadways because simply there are more people. So give yourself plenty of extra time as you hit the roads this morning and for the next few days for Thanksgiving. Taking a look at your drive times from Burlington to Greensboro, give yourself 21 minutes to make it to Wendover Avenue from Huffman Mill Road on I-40 westbound. I-85 southbound looks really great, 70 miles per hour, a quick 19-minute drive to I-73. And of course, we'll keep you up to date with the latest traffic conditions right here on the Good Morning Show.
Well, we are 2 days and counting down until Thanksgiving, of course, and with all the food and fun comes family time. Sometimes that family time entails a little drama.
Oh, no drama. Well, we want to help you enjoy the holiday and keep the stress minimal. So this morning, our contributing editor, Blanca Cobb, is having some ways to deal with some awkward situations, Blanca.
Yes, Tracy, Megan, it's a little simpler than what you might think. I mean, the holiday season is crazy enough with all the shopping and you're visiting and there's a lot of giving. But when you add the stress of seeing family members who you don't get along with, that can be anxiety provoking. But listen, I've got 3 tips to help you flip that script so you can have a more enjoyable Thanksgiving. But know this, it's all about your mindset. So first, dismiss the drama. There can't be any drama if you're not a part of it. So if there's a family member who just wants to rope you in and start all that gossiping, point out the positive or just stare at them and say nothing. Nothing, because your response might just shock them into some silence. And 2, during those hard moments, talk with kindness. When you talk with kindness, what you're doing is you're reframing that interaction and you're taking control of the conversation. And 3, love your family members for who they are and forget about what they're not. Because when you accept people with all of their quirks and imperfections, you're going to start to see them differently and their goodness becomes more noticeable. Remember, you have more control over family situations than what you might realize because you're in control of yourself. And stay tuned because I'll be back in the next hour to talk about ways you can use body language in those awkward situations with family members. And if you have any questions, you can find me on my Facebook page, Blanca Cobb, Body Language Expert. You can tweet me at Blanca Cobb or email me at bcobb@WFMY.
Well, a lot of my family, they have a plan when I show up. And sometimes it comes in a tall glass. Here's another option to help with the holiday stress or maybe work off all those extra calories. WFMY News 2 Winterfest will be open for the Thanksgiving holiday. Come out to the ice rink at LaBauer Park, bring the whole family, and I'd like to see some video with a whole lot of people out there. Winterfest is open today from 4 to 9. Then tomorrow and Friday, the rink is open from 11 in the morning until 10 at night. And on Thanksgiving Day, Winterfest will be open between 2 and 10. We hope to see you there. We're headed for a quick break right now. We'll be back with your forecast in a moment. 6:50 is our time.
WFMY News 2 Winterfest.
It's the coolest spot in the Triad.
Enjoy ice skating under the stars at the beautiful LaBauer Park in downtown Greensboro.
The ice is ready. We're just waiting on you.
Bring a date. Bring the family. We'll bring the fun.
Describe Winterfest in one word.
Awesome! Exciting!
Skate on down to the WFMY News 2 Winterfest.
WFMY News 2 Winterfest.
Now through January 28th.
The year-end sales event is on now at Stearns Ford. Save up to $12 grand off new F-150s in stock. 0% for 72 is available. And get $1,000 year-end event special bonus cash.
Expect more. Get more. Stearns Ford.
'Twas a holiday night, but Dad wasn't home. We were safe and secure with a touch of my phone. When suddenly there came a noise unexpected. A long-distance traveler our cameras detected. With a wave and a touch, he quietly came in, the last one to arrive. The holiday could begin.
During CPI's Black Friday sale, get a smart home security package with a doorbell camera installed free.
Trust CPI to protect your home and your crew this holiday season and the whole year through.
Get up!
With the name trusted for 80 years, you have the compassion of the cross, the security of the shield, and the plan that's right for you, giving you the freedom to relish right now. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of North Carolina. Live fearless.
Automatic emergency braking.
It stopped for you.
Standard on Nissan's most popular models. Get Black Friday savings now. Lease the Rogue family for $159 per month or get 0% financing for up to 72 months on 13 models. See Star Wars The Last Jedi in theaters December 15th.
Hurry in for the Tempur-Pedic Black Friday savings event. Get the limited edition Tempur Legacy Queen mattress set for the best price ever, or save up to $500 on select adjustable sets. Find your exclusive retailer at TempurPedic.com.
Choose an affordable health insurance plan that fits your health needs and your budget through the Affordable Care Act. Make an appointment today for free in-person help. Call 855-733-3711 or go to getcoveredamerica.org.
Being an adoptive or foster parent means that you understand that every child needs love.
There are children right here in Guilford County who need the love and care of someone like you.
What fostering means to me is providing a safe and loving environment for children in need.
Why not open your home to the possibilities of improving a child's life?
Call 336-641-KIDS to become a foster parent. Visit foster.myguilford.com to learn more.
The year-end sales event is on now at Stearns Ford. Save up to $12,000 off new F-150s in stock. 0% for 72 is available. And get $1,000 year-end event special bonus cash.
Expect more. Get more. Stearns Ford.
Taking a quick look at Triad traffic, we are still dealing with this crash in Winston-Salem. You can see on the map it's at NC 150 at Peters Creek Parkway in the Parkside Place Drive area. It's starting to cause some delays on NC 150. We'll keep our eye on that, but be mindful of it as you head out the door. Take you down to street level here to show you one of our DOT traffic cameras. Looks like this is the traffic camera at I-40 West at Elm Eugene Street in Greensboro. Cars moving along without delay, but we're just getting started with the Thanksgiving travel period. About to get a lot busier in the next couple hours. We'll have your full traffic report coming up.
A massive construction project starts in less than 2 weeks in High Point. Crews will start tearing down old buildings to make room for a multi-use stadium downtown. It is the first step in the construction process and has been months in the making. City leaders are working on the plan's finishing touches, and they want you to be part of the construction celebration next Friday.
We're asking people to come out to do is help us celebrate us turning the page, the next chapter. So at the site where we're going to have the stadium, really at the site where the home team dugout's going to be, we're going to have a symbolic tearing down of a structure that's on that property.
Big plans. Well, the city plans for construction to be finished by opening day in 2019. So we've got a year to go here, but Lee, we want to bring you in on this. How have you seen the city of High Point change over the years?
Well, fantastically, because we worked with High Point a lot and all of Piedmont on the Good Morning Show across 50 years. When I went to Guilford Tech at the invitation of Don Cameron in 2000, we focused our building his School of Entertainment Technology downtown. And he had plans for increasing the campus. I learned to know better than I did the leaders. We just lost the late, great Charlie Green, who worked with us here at Channel 2 on our project To Those Who Care. And there are so many leaders, I'm not going to call out their names because I'd never be able to go there again.
I understand that.
But I will credit Dr. Nido Quabine, an early visitor to the Good Morning Show, for this new resurgence for High Point. So for David Miller and Jim Morgan and all my buddies over there, good luck to you.
Yeah, you know, Ed and I were in downtown High Point for the High Point Holiday Parade this past weekend, and we were talking amongst ourselves, you know, look at all this untapped potential. Wouldn't it be nice to see year-round economic success in High Point, not just reliant on furniture market twice a year? So hopefully the stadium will drive that kind of business. Yeah,
it's beautiful as we're taking looks there over. I mean, it's a beautiful city. You know, the folks are friendly, and I noticed, you know, when we were down for the Christmas parade, every building's got something to do with furniture. It's very strong in High Point and in the Triad, the furniture business.
Well, we'll get our final peek in 2019. Yeah. All right, before we head to break, let's take a look at that forecast.
Let's do it. Let's check that 7-day forecast. We've got Thanksgiving right around the corner, so we'll show you the next 7 days. Sun and clouds today, 58, probably a little thicker cloud cover in the afternoon. Tonight, maybe a spritz of rain, but only a 20% chance. Tomorrow, I think we can crack 60 under a partly cloudy sky, but chillier air on the way for Thanksgiving and a high of 50. We move back up. It's the up and down seesaw temperatures. By Saturday, we're back up around 60. Hey, we've got a whole nother 7 o'clock hour of the Good Morning Show coming up next.
An extraordinary event for the whole Craftsman's Christmas Classic this Friday through Sunday, Greensboro Coliseum. Hundreds of artists and craftsmen, fabulous gifts, decorations, seasonal treats just for you. Details, savings at ChristmasClassic.com.
My workers' compensation claim was denied. I was worried I could lose my job forever.
You're hurt on the job and already getting some workers' compensation benefits. But are you really getting all the benefits you're owed?
The insurance company said I could fill out some form. It shouldn't be so hard to get the treatment that I need.
The law offices of James Scott Farron has helped thousands of workers get more for their injuries. Put the knowledge and experience of the law offices of James Scott Farron to work for you. Call on the Hurt Line.
The workday starts pretty early at Eanes. You'll see our trucks all over the Triad, keeping folks cozy in the winter and cool in the summer. We take pride in a job well done, and our customers know they can count on us. Now is the perfect time to upgrade with big rebates on new high-efficiency systems from Carrier. Turn to the experts. Quality work, reasonable prices, and a 100% satisfaction guarantee. Eanes Heating and Air Conditioning. Comfort for every moment.
What you gonna do with all that stuff?
All that stuff, it's quite enough.
Why you gotta be so tough? I really like all of my stuff. My stuff, my stuff. My stuff, my stuff, my stuff.
Clean it up. We got a place for all your stuff. Storing your stuff, it ain't that tough. From shelves to drawers and bunks to bins. At Room to Go Kids, everybody wins.
For the best selection of kids and teens furniture, shop at one of our convenient locations near you.
Room to Go Kids and Teens. Check it out.
It's bowl time at Bojangles. The Botato Breakfast Bowl is back. Piled high with Botato rounds, light folded eggs, savory sausage gravy, and bacon and sausage crumbles. You now have 3 delicious ways to fuel up any time of day with our flavorful Botato Breakfast Bowl, Chicken Rice Bowl, or Jambalaya Bowl. All 3 bowls are served with a made-from-scratch biscuit. Try our Botato Breakfast Bowl for just $4 or our Chicken Rice Bowl and Jambalaya Bowl for just $5 each. Bojangles, it's bowl time.
Like next level Chevy.
Looks like Chevy's been doing their homework.
Look at this.
The 2017 Chevy Closeout is on.
Can I have it?
I want one.
I'm buying this. You guys have a Chevy dealer around the corner?
Trade up to a Chevy car, truck, or crossover during the 2017 Chevy Closeout.
It's time to trade in.
The 2017s are going fast. Get 20% below MSRP on our most popular Chevy models, or use special closeout pricing to get over $7,000 below MSRP on this Tahoe. See your Triad area Chevy dealers.
Celebrate the season. The one and only Craftsman's Christmas Classic this Friday through Sunday, Greensboro Coliseum. The Triad's favorite holiday tradition with choices for every style, taste, and budget. See what's new. Save big at ChristmasClassic.com. Don't miss it.
For 100 years, Nice's has been helping start every day fresh with their never frozen sausage and liver pudding. Wake up fresh with Nice's.
You're watching The Good Morning Show with Tracy McCain, Eric Chilton, and Megan Molaris.
Big fan of paying it forward. Big fan of paying it forward because I feel that whenever someone gives something to you, if you give it on out, it keeps going, and then eventually it's going to circle right back to you.
That's true.
That's right. She hit the nail on the head. This candy giving was all a part of WFMY News 2's Be Sweet event. So yesterday, our News 2 crew headed out. They went out to different places, handing out Reese's, one of the for person and one for the next person to give to someone else.
It was a really sweet way to pay it forward, and it really paid off. I had the pleasure of going to the McDonald's on Summit Avenue, one of our regular stops as we get coffees, and then it looks like some of our friends from the station went to areas all across the Triad. These are just some of all the cities we visited yesterday. The Cone Health Cancer Center asked us to stop by, so Terrain and Kirksey shared sweet treats with them. Then Hope Ford surprised folks at the Chick-fil-A in Greensboro.
Patrick Wright spread the sweetness at the city of High Point. Eric Chilton and Tanya Rivera visited Winston-Salem Forsyth County Schools to surprise a hard-working school lunch nutritionist.
This is just a quick glance. We stopped by at least 25 locations, including Rockingham County, where Chad Silver visited the courthouse.
Neat. Well, some people in Atlanta decided to be sweet and hand out food to the homeless in the city over the weekend, but groups gathered in several different locations to provide services to the homeless people, including warm meals. But instead of their intended recipients, volunteers were met by police, many who were stopped and others who received fines. Police say they need a permit to do this within city limits, but one group of volunteers says they've been giving out food and coats for years and never had a permit.
Well, you can see on the bottom of your screen, we're asking you whether you agree with volunteer groups getting fined for these kinds of events. Go to WFMY.com/vote now to weigh in.
Well, meantime, our sister station in Atlanta takes a closer look at the red tape around some of those volunteer efforts, and they're sharing their opinions about the law as well.
One of the things that's impressed me so much about the people here is the compassion they have for other folks, especially this time of year as it gets a little bit colder and we get closer to the holidays. And that's why I was so shocked when I found out that people were stopped from feeding the homeless here at Hurt Park because they didn't have a permit.
It's just disheartening, again, because we saw people with children out there.
But I still feel like I was doing something illegal because I was in and out my car and I was watching over my shoulder because I knew I could be cited for possibly giving something away.
The law's not new, but what is new is the Georgia State University Police enforcing it. So the obvious question is, why?
What we've discussed is trying to give people an appropriate place to feed the homeless. Appropriate meaning indoors, meaning tables and chairs, meaning sanitation.
I get it. An appropriate place to feed the homeless would be in a home, but they don't have one. That's the whole point. And not feeding them isn't going to make tables and chairs and running water suddenly appear. Now, not only do you need a permit, now they want you also to put up a security deposit.
Parks will inspect the park, and if it's clean, they get their refund of their surety bond or their security bond. And if the park's not clean, they forfeit it.
And I understand requiring permits and maybe even a security deposit for the cleanup. But why on earth would you stop people who actually have food in their hands from giving it to people who obviously need it? How about a temporary permit? You take an ID from someone who is here, you give it to the police, and if they don't clean up, you go after that person. The bottom line, for someone who's hungry, for someone who's homeless, the most important meal of the day is their next meal. And anything that gets in the way of that is a problem.
All right, so you heard our sister station in Atlanta. They also say they reached out to the police department. Right now, no citations have been given out. This is just a warning phase. They spent the weekend handing out pamphlets about the law so people would know about it.
Let's see what you're saying here at home. Again, we asked you whether you think someone should be fined for feeding the homeless outside. Looks like the majority of you voting, 87% saying no, they shouldn't need a permit, but about 13% say yes, they do.
All right, thanks so much for weighing in this morning. 7:04. We are just getting started this morning. Let's get a quick look at what else we're in for this half hour. First, you're probably looking forward to that delicious Thanksgiving dinner, but you're probably not looking forward to any awkward family dinner moments. How you can avoid them.
Plus, you should add some chocolate to your breakfast this morning. We're not joking about this. We'll explain coming up.
Love chocolate. And of course, we need to talk about your holiday forecast. Ed, give us some good news for Thursday.
No, I'm going to lay it on you. It's going to be dry, but it's going to be chillier for Thanksgiving. But in the meantime, temperatures kind of warm up just a little bit today and tomorrow. This morning, we've got some scattered clouds, and temperatures you can see for the most part, we're into the low and mid 30s across the area. High pressure moving off the east coast, more of a south and southwesterly wind. Not only warming us up a little bit, but bringing in a few scattered clouds that will only thicken as we head through the afternoon with the approach of a cold front. And you can see later on this evening around 7, 8, 9 o'clock, there may even be a spritz of rain. But the front will move on through. The chillier air won't arrive until Wednesday night and Thursday. So we'll be in the upper 50s today, around 60 tomorrow. But yeah, by Thanksgiving, with a mix of sun and clouds, it's going to be about 10 degrees cooler, with highs on Thursday right around 50. Let's check it out in the forecast. Sun and clouds, 58 for us today. Overnight tonight, just a few spritz and sprinkles. about 43 for the low. And looking ahead in the 7-day forecast, really the rest of the week looks nice and quiet. We're having to deal with these up and down temperatures, up today and tomorrow, down on Thanksgiving, and then warming back up a little bit on Friday and Saturday. By Saturday, we're back around 60 and then turning chillier for Sunday and Monday.
So by now, most, if not all of you, have turned on the heat. Yes, because it's been that cold out there. We're asking you this morning how your home is heated. Go to WFMY.com/vote now and let us know. Your options this morning: electric, gas, or a wood stove. And we'll check the results later in this half hour.
Right now, let's take a quick look at Triad traffic. Still dealing with this crash in Winston-Salem. I'll zoom on in. This is on NC 150 at Peters Creek Parkway. The crash at Parkside Place Drive. And you'll see it's now delaying traffic in both directions on NC 150 just past Old Salisbury Road, 6 miles per hour, respectively, in both directions. Greensboro, your major thoroughfares look pretty good today. 220, I-40. Wendover Avenue, all looking pretty clear. And then in Haw River, though, we are still dealing with this delay. NC 49 northbound at the US 70 eastbound interchange is slow to about 8 miles per hour at North State Street heading into Haw River. Looks like once you pass 49, it does clear up. Drive times leaving Winston-Salem heading to Greensboro look good. 21 minutes down both Business 40 East and I-40 East to Wendover Avenue. And taking a live look at I-40 West at Elm Eugene Street in Greensboro, traffic moving along without delay. Keep in mind those roads will become more congested as we get closer to the Thanksgiving holiday as folks head out, so be safe out there.
7:08 this morning. Let's take a quick look at your morning headlines. Ramseur police are looking for the person who cut an 8-year-old boy and stabbed his father to death. Police say someone broke in through the back door of Eugene Staley's Ramseur home just before 3 a.m. Monday. Police believe someone stabbed Staley, then assaulted his 8-year-old son. The boy managed to escape through a window and ran to his neighbor's house to get help. The little boy went to the hospital with cuts and bruises, but he's expected to be okay. If you have any information at all, call Ramseur Police. Well, police always warn about more break-ins around the holidays. Sadie Blue leads her community watch in a Greensboro neighborhood, and she wants her neighbors to be on high alert. She says when you go outside, you should always have one hand free.
Don't have your hands so full of stuff that you can't defend yourself or be able to make a phone call.
Police also suggest if you're getting rid of gift boxes, cut them up so people don't go through your trash to see what might be available inside your home. Also, lock your house and keep the blinds closed. If not, thieves could have a clear view of what's inside. An unofficial groundbreaking for the High Point Multi-Use Stadium is now less than 2 weeks away. This comes after many months of negotiating, discussing, and of course the contracts on the table about how to pay for it, who's paying, and what will it do for the downtown area. The city has a ways to go, but on December 1st, leaders want to celebrate the progress. The city believes the ballpark will be completely open by spring 2019.
Thanksgiving is almost here. You probably can't wait to eat all your turkey dinner with the fixins, right? But some families, unfortunately, cannot afford that traditional holiday meal, and that's why Lawndale Baptist Church is stepping up again, giving away 1,000 boxes of food to families in need.
Well, this morning, WFMY News' Candace Red is live at Lawndale Baptist Church in Greensboro. Candace, we're checking in with you. Tell us all that's happening there today.
Yeah, you know what? There's so many people out here waiting in line. They're just waiting for this door to open at 9 o'clock this morning, and that's so they could get their hands on a big box that's going to feed a family of 5. The church plans on giving away 1,000 meals to 1,000 different families. So I want to go ahead and bring in one person who's been here since early this morning. What time exactly did you arrive again?
5:15.
At 5:15 this morning, and I know you said that you've done this for at least 5 years now. The experience so far, what can you tell me?
It's a pleasant experience, and like the people be looking out for the people that came by, and you know that to get the turkeys, and that you know they try to make you most comfortable as possible.
Speaking of trying to make folks the most comfortable as possible, we have folks here with the church. They've been handing out hand warmers, coffee, hot chocolate, like the gentleman said, just making sure that everyone is comfortable. I want to go ahead and speak with another person. What time did you get here this morning?
It was between 4:30 and 4:45.
4:30, 4:45. Can you just tell me one specific thing as to why you decided to come out here and why it's so important to you and your family?
Well, to be honest with you, for me, I really couldn't afford to buy a turkey this year. And so, by them doing this, it was a great thing. And I thank God for it. And I thank God for that Baptist church, and I'm pretty sure there's other churches through the Piedmont that's doing it. And, I just think that's awesome. They've been good to us. They've been making sure like we're comfortable. And, this is something they don't have to do,
Perfect. Thank you so much for your time. Well said. And that's what a lot of folks out here have been saying, just feeling blessed and thankful that the church is doing something like this. And just to know, this is at Lawndale Baptist Church, and the doors are going to be opening up at 9 o'clock this morning.
All right, 7:12 this morning. If you have a sweet tooth, listen up. It now may be okay to add chocolate to your breakfast menu. A recent study has come to the conclusion having chocolate for breakfast can improve your health. Researchers at Syracuse University found eating dark chocolate had a beneficial effect on the brain's abilities for reasoning, memory, and focus.
I like what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
The thought is that eating chocolate prepares you more for your work day. So what better time of day to incorporate chocolate than for breakfast, right? The study also suggests eating a protein-packed breakfast that includes dessert can cut cravings throughout the day and promote weight loss.
I feel like I sponsored this study because it's saying everything that I want to hear this morning.
I endorse it.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, who wouldn't want to have chocolate all day long? But this is saying that you can be more productive. I think it may be the caffeine because, there's caffeine.
Gives you a little jolt.
Right, exactly. Chocolate as there is in coffee, and got to have a cup of that. So
yeah, a couple cups. I like chocolate in the granola bars, and I love dark chocolate. We've long known that dark chocolate has antioxidants that are healthy for you, but good to know it can improve memory and focus too.
All right, I'm starting to really like Syracuse University as well. It used to be a big rival of ours, but I'll say go orange for this one.
7:13 coming up in Verify. We are helping answer a viewer's question about cutting costs on heat. Is a heat pump, gas heat, or electric heat the cheapest option? An expert weighs in next.
I'm Lee Kyness, the founder of the Good Morning Show. We're celebrating 60 years of being on the air this month. You can celebrate too. Just don't touch that remote. We've got another look at your roads this morning ahead this half hour.
Your mobile phone eavesdropping on your personal conversations. Sounds crazy, but
phones are really snitches in their pockets.
Out of nowhere, ads pop up on your phone for things you've never searched for, just chatted about.
Your phone is always transmitting, it's always phoning home, it's always connected to the internet.
What, if anything, can be done about phone spying?
Tonight at 11 on WFMY News 2.
This is our workshop. These are our lights. Performance is our tradition. And this is the TLX. Take advantage of some of the best offers of the year at the Acura Season of Performance event going on now.
Visit your Acura dealer during the Acura Season of Performance event going on now.
I love my mom. My mom. I love my kids. My kids. My job. Taking care of everybody, every day. My mom, my kids, my job. Yes. When I'm at work, when I'm at home. I could just really use some help sometimes.
Hey, we hear you. That's why AARP helps family caregivers with connections to experts and resources like our Prepare to Care Guide. Because we get it.
If you don't think this is right for me when you think AARP, then you don't know ARP.
Get your free guide at aarp.org/possibilities.
Most of us don't like Mondays, but Chris hated them. Every other Monday, he'd come to Cone Health for chemotherapy. Some would say his cancer made him weak. But Chris might argue that it made him stronger. I'm Gina Dixon, RN with Cone Health. Exceptional care every day.
When I dare to dream, adventure begins with me.
Families are forever. Beauty is found within. My dreams can come true.
And Disney on Ice presents Dare to Dream.
Playing at Greensboro Coliseum November 30th through December 3rd. For tickets and performance information, visit DisneyOnIce.com.
Good morning. 16 minutes after 7, sun and high clouds across the area this morning. You're headed out. Temperatures generally into the low and mid 30s. 36 in Greensboro, 37 in Winston-Salem, high point at 33, 31 in Burlington and Asheboro with some scattered clouds at 34. Mixed sun and clouds, thicker clouds develop this afternoon, a high of 58, a few spritz of rain overnight, but we'll see a partly cloudy day tomorrow in 60. Cooling to 50 on Thanksgiving Day.
It's time to verify. A Good Morning Show viewer reached out to me about something that's very timely, especially with this cold snap Ed just mentioned. How do we cut down heat bills without cutting out comfort? Stephanie from Danville asked us to verify if gas heat or an electric space heater is the cheaper option to conserve electricity. She explained she recently moved from a house with a heat pump to a house with a gas heat, and her electric bill seems higher. So she wanted to know if she should stick with the gas heat or install an electric heater. For answers, I turned to home improvement expert Tom Garcia.
Well, Megan, the answer is not even close. Baseboard heat is the most expensive type of heat that there is. That is an example. Natural gas, if you have natural gas furnaces, natural gas fireplaces, you know, for every $1 that you'll spend to heat the home with natural gas, a heat pump system, such as maybe this one up here, which is called a mini split, extremely efficient, this costs about $2 for that same amount of heat. But the whole baseboard heating, the electric heating, sometimes called resistance heating, that'll cost almost 5 times as much for that same amount of heat in the home. So it's not even close. It's quite a bit less efficient. So if you can, at minimum, put in a heat pump system in your home, or if you have natural gas available to you, that's the least expensive option. Back to you.
All right, thanks, Tom, and thanks, Stephanie, for the question. To answer your question, gas heat is the cheapest heat source, 5 times cheaper than an electric heater. So if you think your gas bill is higher than it should be, Tom suggests calling an electrician to check it out. Thank you again for the question. If you have a question you want verified, shoot me an email at malaris@WFMY.com or tweet me at megamalaris. We have your responses every day right here on The Good Morning Show.
Well, now that you've had some time to weigh in here, let's see what you're saying at home. We want to know this morning, how is your home heated? 43% say electric, and that's really close to the 42% of you who use gas. 15% use a wood stove.
Yeah, I've got the heat pump.
Oh yeah.
I've got the heat pump. I try to keep the thermostat low. How low do you keep yours? I keep mine around 72.
Degrees, yeah.
So I think 72 is pretty comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah, but on those extra cold days, I might have to jack it up a little bit.
And then you're going to see it in your bill, like the next week. Yeah.
Yes.
All right, Lee.
Well, I like something around 98.5. It's about 20 minutes now past 7 o'clock. Well, we've all been there. People say the wrong things, push the wrong buttons, or maybe even have a little too much personality. You know what I'm talking about, don't you? When your cousin Ted gets a little loud or your Aunt Susan starts asking too many personal questions. But this year, we're resolving to take it in stride and be as positive as possible, right? Yeah. We've recruited some help to get us there, so let's see what she has to say. Don't go anywhere.
Wrap up this year with savings. The year-end sales event is on now at your #1 Ford dealer in Alamance County, Stearns Ford. Get more. Save up to $12 grand off new F-150s in stock, up to $5,500 off Explorers, and up to $6,500 off Edges. Plus 0% for 72 months is available on new 2017 vehicles. And get $1,000 year-end event special bonus cash at Stearns Ford Burlington, exit 143 off I-40. Online, stearnsford.com.
Expect more. Get more. Stearns Ford.
Founded 43 years ago by one man, now with a team larger than ever by his side. At John's Plumbing, Heating and Air, we're certified trained comfort specialists as well as plumbing experts and provide the best in water purification. Always there when you need us with a commitment to quality service at a fair price. We are John's Plumbing, Heating and Air and Dr. John's H2O, a family business. Call 24/7 or save $20 when you request service online at gojohns.com.
I'll take that.
Hey, Lego my Eggo.
I don't see your name on it.
Really? Ba-bam!
Know the rules. Keep your ego.
Lego my Eggo. Okay.
We the people. We are innovators, dreamers, leaders. Yeah, we feel pain. We get tired. But it won't stop us. God's call is our pursuit, and we will champion His name.
A gift is more than what's under its wrapping. It's the wonder of what it could be, and the possibility of what's inside. A gift lets us dream a little. This holiday season, give the gift of a dream.
Choose an affordable health insurance plan that fits your health needs and your budget through the Affordable Care Act. Make an appointment today for free in-person help. Call 855-733-3711 or go to getcoveredamerica.org.
No other trucks got your back like the 2017 Nissan Titan, which comes standard with a 5.6-liter V8 and America's best truck warranty. 5 years, 100,000 miles, inside and out, bumper to bumper. Take on today. Now get special Black Friday savings, and with holiday bonus cash, save up to $11,260 on select models, or get 0% financing for up to 72 months on 13 models.
News 2 Weather Garden is sponsored by Biscuitville's new spicy chicken and jalapeno pimento cheese.
I will be doing traffic as this happens right now. All right, 7:23 this morning. Let's take a look at the roads here. Your WFMY News 2 traffic. We do have an update on an earlier crash that's now causing congestion on Highway 150. That's Peters Creek Parkway in Winston-Salem. This is an accident at Parkside Place Drive, which is now about 45 minutes into where crews are still working to clear this. So if you're headed in this area, give yourself a little extra time this morning. As always, throughout the next few days, especially as you head into Thanksgiving, you're going to want to look for some congestion, or maybe even just avoid it altogether by leaving a day early, because Thanksgiving holiday, we know it always gets busy and we see more crashes, more congestion on the roads, and we want you all to be safe. Taking a look at your WFMY News 2 highway drive times, leaving Greensboro, heading to Winston-Salem this morning, the downtown area. Give yourself 21 minutes to make it to Cloverdale Avenue on Business 40 westbound. I-40 eastbound to Burlington, you're all clear. 20 minutes to Huffman Mill Road and 8 minutes to North Main Street in High Point. So Thanksgiving, as we were just talking about, staring right at us in the face. And there's so much more to look forward to. Of course, the turkey dinner, the lazy afternoon food coma that you go into after, the traditional football game. Of course, gathering with your friends and family has got to be up there as well. But there's also a good deal of cringe-worthy moments at these gatherings as well.
No way!
Yeah. Two awkward situations.
Well, not everyone has the same opinions, of course, or the same lifestyle, or the same interests, so you can bet not everyone in the family always gets along.
We're going to chat about some of those awkward family dinner moments in a second, but first, we have our body language expert, Blanca Cobb, here. Blanca, why is it so important about handling these tricky situations?
Well, you want to handle it because you want to have as pleasant a time as possible. Nobody wants to go to a stressful gathering. I mean, who has fun with that? But what happens is your body language will talk for you. You don't have to say anything. You'll notice all the emotional subtleties if someone is stressed or someone is relaxed.
Okay. Well, there seems to be a lot of avoidance, right? The no eye contact, the I don't want to talk about that type of things. When people get together at one time, what happens when people don't want to be around each other at all?
Well, you will get into a lot of that avoidance behavior, but what you can do is you can subtly not talk to somebody. So let's just say I don't want to talk to Megan. All right, so I'm coming up to the group and be like, hi, how's it going? You see how I'm like, I'm just scanning right past her, but it gives the appearance of I'm giving her just a little bit of my attention. So you have to be very subtle. What you don't want to do is you don't want to make a big deal about it, because when you do, then you're just drawing all this attention and all the ugliness.
So going off of that, what happens when someone decides Thanksgiving dinner is the perfect time to air out whatever's going on between you two? You got to talk about it right now. Well, how do you handle that?
What you do is that you have to realize that you're in control of yourself, over nobody else. So you just get up and you can walk away and it's like, hey, I'm picking on you this morning for whatever reason. Megan, let's walk into the kitchen for a second. Let's walk into the kitchen. You just want to break it up. But let's just say you're like, you know what? I'm going to have this discussion right now. I'm saying, I can see that this is bothering you, Megan, but I don't want to talk about it right now. We're going to talk about it in a little while.
Okay.
But then also watch your own body language. So normally when we get attacked or we feel attacked, we close in or we get angry and we, we puff out. But you want to stay as neutral as you can, because the more neutral you are, the more calming you're going to have, or that calming effect is going to be on somebody else. And that's what you want to do, is neutralize any problems, particularly when there's an audience.
And you know, that's not easy to do. I mean, you kind of get riled up and you want to let it all hang out and you want to let everybody know how you feel. So you really have to remain calm and stay in control of the situation.
That's right. It's instinctive. It's biological. It's this fight or flight response that we have. That it's like, you're coming at me. Well, guess what? I'm going to come back.
And I think Lee hinted earlier to some tall glasses beverage. We'll just leave it at that.
I like it.
Lee, is that how you get around your issues if you have any with the family?
No, I'm just sitting here wondering where all these weird families live.
I know. Everyone gets to look at the Kleiner house.
Do they live in a cluster somewhere? I mean, it's a holiday, for crying out loud.
Yeah.
Mostly I was captivated by Blanca's presentation, but that's another story.
Thank you.
Really great. No, you know, the only faux pas I made was as a 5-year-old child with both grandmothers there, and the family's starting to run from the TV now. Quincy Collins, who lived next door, had taught me some really strange words, so I said, pass the blank potatoes, please. I was promptly marched upstairs to the bathroom and given a cake of Octagon soap to brush my teeth with.
Wash your mouth out with soap.
But I had the whitey-whiteys. I'll tell you. Cleanse my soul.
Well, hopefully everybody gets along at everyone's family events this Thanksgiving. Thank you, Blanca, for your insight. Of course.
All right. Thanks so much. And of course, you can easily get in touch with Blanca. She has her Facebook page. You can also tweet her at Blanca Cobb. You can email her as well. She's bcobb@wfmy.com. We're coming right back. Stick with us.
Good morning, I'm Laura Songster. If you've ever dealt with anxiety, a healthy diet, meditation, and sleep can help ease the symptoms. Exercise can help too, thanks to endorphins. The form of fitness that's most effective for combating anxiety is Zumba. It's a combination of energy, music, and the people. The music, the moves, the community, the combination is really unparalleled. They say it makes the body and mind feel good and contributes to a sense of belonging. Your TSO tickets at 7:40 on 99.5 WMAG.
When I dare to dream, adventure begins with me. My dreams can come true.
At Disney on Ice presents Dare to Dream.
Playing at Greensboro Coliseum November 30th through December 3rd.
Hurry in for the Tempur-Pedic Black Friday savings event. Get the limited edition Tempur Legacy Queen mattress set for the best price ever, or save up to $500 on select adjustable sets. Find your exclusive retailer at TempurPedic.com.
Having moderate to severe plaque psoriasis is not always easy. It's a long-distance run, and you have the determination to keep going. Humira has a proven track record of being prescribed for nearly 10 years. It's the #1 prescribed biologic by dermatologists. More than 250,000 patients have chosen Humira to fight their psoriasis, and they're not backing down. For most patients, clearer skin is the proof.
Humira can lower your ability to fight infections, including tuberculosis. Serious, sometimes fatal infections and cancers, including lymphoma, have happened, as have blood, liver, and nervous system problems, serious allergic reactions, and new or worsening heart failure. Before treatment, get tested for TB. Tell your doctor if you've been to areas where certain fungal infections are common, and if you've had TB, hepatitis B, are prone to infections, or have flu-like symptoms or sores. Don't start Humira if you have an infection.
Join over 250,000 people who have chosen Humira. Ask your dermatologist about Humira and go.
Are you looking for a fulfilling career with a chance to really help others? Guilford Metro 911 is looking for individuals with strong multitasking abilities, interested in an exciting, fast-paced career with advancement opportunities. For more information, call or apply online today.
She may not remember the lights or Grandpa's story, but she will remember the tradition. That's what moms are for. The holidays at Cracker Barrel. Enjoy every little thing.
I am thankful for my health and Black Friday pricing at my Honda dealer. I got my CR-V on clearance. I love it so much. It's like part of the family now.
Yeah, we know, Dad.
Make a Honda part of your family during the Happy Honda Days sales event. Get Black Friday clearance pricing on any Honda SUV, like 0.9 financing on the Pilot and HR-V.
So, I'm failing math.
Why can't you be more like the Honda?
This anniversary moment is brought to you by the Greensboro Science Center, celebrating 60 years of science.
You're waking up to the Good Morning Show.
Turkey is just one tradition for the Thanksgiving holiday. Many stores will open Thursday night for shoppers looking to get a jump on Black Friday deals. Will you be fighting the crowds on Black Friday this year, or will you avoid shopping on Thanksgiving and Black Friday? We want to know.
Go to WFMY.com/vote now and tell us. This one's going to be interesting. Your options this morning: I avoid it at all costs, or I always shop on Black Friday, or maybe you go sometimes. Go to WFMY.com/vote now. Let us know.
We'll check the results in just a bit, but here is why we're asking. The latest High Point University poll found 75% of North Carolinians do not plan to shop on Black Friday. An even higher number, 77%, say they'll be staying out of the stores on Thanksgiving as well. Another survey shows North Carolinians are split as to whether they plan to do most of their shopping at brick and mortar stores versus online. 16% say they'll do both equally.
All right, so getting to our results this morning, 100% as of now say you avoid it at all costs.
Yes.
And I am with you. I've never done a Black Friday or a Thanksgiving Day shopping run.
Yeah,
I'd rather just wait until the weekend, or I start early.
Yeah, I've shopped later in the day on Black Friday just to shop, something to do, but never fought the crowds to line up early in the morning. I heard it is worth it, especially for the electronics, if you need a computer or TV, for example, but anything else.
Yeah, I have a short fuse when it comes to parking etiquette.
Oh yeah,
and
parking lots.
Yes, absolutely. And I am very respectful. If I see that you have your blinker on and you've been waiting, yes, this is your spot. But if I'm doing the same thing, then someone else should just give it up, right? No.
Zoom around you.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So I always have a short fuse, and once that happens, I just leave the parking lot, because then I'm afraid I'm going to follow you in the store. I'm just
oh no,
it's not that bad.
And the older I get, the less I can handle it.
Absolutely.
So I just went grocery shopping at Harris Teeter at Friendly Center the other day, and it was bumper to bumper over there, and I said, oh my God, I'm so stressed out.
Wow.
Shopping season has already begun.
Yeah, it really has, in full force.
Well, maybe that's why a majority of people voting, 90%, say they avoid shopping on Thanksgiving and Black Friday because they don't want to deal with all that.
All right, well, let's talk about the weather.
Yes, yes, let's do that. Hopefully not stressful for us. It's going to be actually a pretty nice day. Already getting some clouds to kind of roll in, some high-level clouds with high pressure moving offshore. Those clouds will only thicken as we head through the afternoon, and as we go into the evening, there could be a spritz of rain out ahead of an approaching cold front that will move through the area tomorrow, but the chillier air really won't work in until tomorrow night and Thanksgiving Day. And so today, upper 50s. I think we'll be around 60 tomorrow, but only around 50 for the high coming up on Thanksgiving Day as chilly high pressure builds over the region. Little moisture to our south with a wave of low pressure may kick a few high clouds in on Thanksgiving Day. So that's the reason we're saying kind of a mix of sun and clouds. But overall, the next several days looking good. We continue the up and down temperatures. 58 today with a mix of sun and clouds, just a few isolated showers tonight and a low of 43. And we look down the road in the Triad 7-day forecast, partly cloudy and 60 tomorrow, cooling back to 50 on Thursday. And then look what happens. We warm right back up to near 60 on Saturday and then turning sharply colder late Sunday and into Monday. Highs on Monday only in the mid-40s.
Let's take a look at Triad traffic, and wow, we are still dealing with this crash about an hour and a half later on Peters Creek Parkway. This is backing up traffic on NC 150 due to the crash at Parkside Place Drive. Heavy congestion near Old Salisbury Road, 8 miles per hour for a huge stretch of road. So be mindful of that. Hopefully everyone involved in this crash is okay. Crews have not been able to clear it yet. In Greensboro, just a minor delay on Eastgate City Boulevard down to 19 miles per hour at Hackett Street. Then it clears up. Your highway drive times leaving Greensboro heading to Winston-Salem look pretty good. 21 minutes down Business 40 East to Cloverdale Avenue. Leaving Greensboro heading to Burlington, a 20-minute ride down I-40 East to Huffman Mill Road. And Greensboro to High Point, just 8 minutes down Business 85 South to Main Street. Here's a live look at I-40 West at Elm Eugene Street in Greensboro. Cars appearing to move along at a normal pace, but keep in mind Click It or Ticket is in effect for the Thanksgiving holiday, and we'll keep you posted. We have actually just received a new alert. City of Winston-Salem police say Peters Creek Parkway north from Oliver's Crossing is entirely shut down. This is an alert coming in on Twitter from the City of Winston-Salem police. Again, Peters Creek Parkway north from Oliver's Crossing is shut down. You'll want to find an alternate route.
7:38 this morning. Some of you may be ready to get on the road for the Thanksgiving holiday. If you are, you're really not alone. AAA is projecting 2.1 million Carolinians will travel 50 miles or more from home this Thanksgiving. That's a 3.3% increase from last year. AAA is also predicting tens of thousands of families in the Carolinas will fly this week. So if you plan on driving your young children around for the holidays, you're going to want to hear this. The Insurance Institute for Highway Safety just out this morning with its recommendations for new booster seats. 13 of 16 new seats received its highest rating of best bet, including the Chico Go Fit and the Costco Fino. Experts say boosters can help kids keep them safe. A consumer alert that you need to know about this morning: you could soon be paying more for homeowners insurance and your utilities. A notice was filed yesterday with the North Carolina Department of Insurance asking to raise insurance rates 18.7%. This after Duke Energy agreed to increase their rates. Last night, the company settled on a 15.2% increase. The Utilities Commission will ultimately decide how much Duke Energy can charge you.
Well, this is a debate that comes up every year around Thanksgiving. What is this? Some call it stuffing, others call it dressing. Those who call it one thing get very heated about others calling it the other thing. Okay. Well, the city of High Point decided to put the debate into a Twitter poll. The person who operates the City of High Point account said, "Important but irrelevant to local government poll. Thanksgiving edition. What is this side dish served this time of year called?" The final results are in, and it looks like stuffing has won by a narrow margin, 51%. Dressing came in at 30%. But 19% of voters decided it doesn't matter because it's gross either way.
Oh.
Woo, all right, what do you think?
I just call it good.
Good.
Good in my belly.
You know, thinking back as you were reading that, I think I've called it both, but I think probably use dressing more than stuffing. Yeah.
Maybe that's a Southern terminology for it, because I grew up in the Midwest and I've always called it stuffing. I had never heard it called dressing until I moved here about 5 years ago. So
well, I think it's how it's prepared.
Okay.
When you stuff the bird, it's called stuffing.
Good point.
When you bake it in a pan or a dish by itself, I think that's when you call it dressing, because it addresses it's a side dish. It complements it. Dresses the table.
That's a good point. And what you said about a Southern thing, I think in the South, you're more likely to put it in a pan and bake it rather than stuffing the bird.
Okay, so it could go hand in hand with preparation.
That's what I'm thinking. But I'm no Julia Childs.
I like it.
Thank you.
All right, well, that has us hungry, unfortunately. No food yet. Well, if you don't have Thanksgiving plans, or maybe you're not a huge fan of turkey, you might have another fun option. According to StubHub, you can go to the Redskins Giants game on Thanksgiving Day for only $7.16 a ticket, as in $7.16. Prices range to a maximum of $325 for the dream seats, the seats in the luxury boxes.
Well, it's not so surprising the tickets are a little bit lower right now, because a lot of season ticket holders are spending the day with family, but $7 tickets sounds awesome, but the records don't really reflect it. All right. The Redskins are 4-6, and they're pretty much out of the playoff hunt. They could slide through here, but we're just saying pretty much. The Giants are 2-8, so their hopes for a playoff season are probably non-existent. As for the other Thanksgiving games, Vikings at the Lions tickets are selling anywhere from $99 to nearly $800, and Chargers at the Cowboys are selling for $125 to nearly $600, and we know we have a lot of Cowboys fans here in North Carolina. So what else can you get for $7? You can get a foot long from Subway, 5 tacos from Taco Bell, a Chipotle burrito, 2 gallons of gasoline, or popcorn at the movie theater. Not even a large one.
Well, we were rooting for the Redskins when they played the Saints, because a Redskins win would have boosted the Panthers up as tied for first in the NFC. Unfortunately, didn't happen.
Look at you.
I know.
I've come a long way.
I know. Your fiance has made big changes in your life.
in regards to football.
Well, I'm going to have to make sure I tell my neighbor about these $7 tickets for the New York Giants. He is the biggest New York Giants fan that I know in North Carolina. So, you know, we definitely go back and forth, because I'm a Patriots fan. And just, you know,
with their record, though, there may be a lot of empty seats around.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
If he wants to go see him, this could be a good chance.
Yeah, it would be fun to go to a game on Thanksgiving Day, I think.
I think so, too, especially if it's only $7.
Yeah.
Cheaper than a movie. Load up on hot dogs. Actually, I don't eat hot dogs, so I don't know what I'm talking about.
We're talking about food again. Here you go.
Can you tell we're hungry?
7:43 this morning. Coming up on the Good Morning Show, our deal guy, Matt Granite, has a checklist you're gonna love.
With more than 5,000 different deals at Target, I've made a list of the top 10 Black Friday deals and doorbusters that you want on your radar, coming right up.
If you have questions about a serious accident, call me right now, and I'll speak with you for free.
Make one call to Daggett Schuler Injury Law at 724-1234.
Your mobile phone eavesdropping on your personal conversations. Sounds crazy, but
phones are really snitches in their pockets.
Out of nowhere, ads pop up on your phone for things you've never searched for, just chatted about.
Well, your phone is always transmitting, it's always phoning home, it's always connected to the internet.
What, if anything, can be done about phone spying?
Tonight at 11 on WFMY News 2.
Make rush hour an adrenaline rush with the 2017 Nissan Altima. Now with Nissan Intelligent Mobility, featuring available automatic emergency braking that can help you stop safely and keep you out of a jam. Take on today and save up to 50/50 on Altima, or get 0% for up to 72 months on 13 models.
To those with diabetes, mealtime is really time to think about insulin. When do I prepare? Where do I inject? But Afrezza lets you inhale your insulin when food arrives, even unexpectedly, so you can be spontaneous and not rely solely on injections.
Afrezza is a rapid-acting inhaled insulin used to control adult diabetes. Afrezza can cause serious side effects, including sudden lung problems and low potassium. Afrezza is not for patients with chronic lung disease such as asthma or COPD. Tell your doctor if you smoke, recently stopped smoking, have ever had kidney or liver problems, a history of lung cancer, or if you are pregnant or breastfeeding. Most common side effects are low blood sugar, cough, and sore throat. Severe low blood sugar can be fatal. Do not replace long-acting insulin with Afrezza. Afrezza is not for use to treat diabetic ketoacidosis. Do not take Afrezza if you are allergic to insulin.
Get some dessert.
Talk to your doctor before changing your Afrezza dose. Blood sugar may need to be checked more frequently.
Ask your doctor if Afrezza inhalable insulin is right for you.
You've worked hard, busted tail, and impressed the boss. Maybe it's time to be your own. Transform your career with Strayer University's MBA program today. Let's get it.
The year-end sales event is on now at Stearns Ford. Save up to $12 grand off new F-150s in stock. 0% for 72 is available. And get $1,000 year-end event special bonus cash.
Expect more. Get more. Stearns Ford.
It's nice side now. 7:46 this morning. Forget the ad scans, forget the flyers, forget the emails. You really don't need any of it all, especially if you're planning to shop at Target.
Our deal guy Matt Granite has another top 10 list you're going to want to see. All right, Matt, give us the good deals.
I've been working on Black Friday since this past March, hunting down every deal, testing all the products, and with many of you asking specific questions about stores, I want to share with you right now just a few of the top offerings from Target. Keep in mind for Best Buy, Amazon, Walmart, and all of those insider secret deals online, I have your full coverage on our website. If you're looking for an iPhone 8 or iPhone Plus with a free $250 Target gift card for 24-month contracts, that's one of the top offerings at Target this year, alongside a 65-inch Samsung 4K Smart TV for $849. You're saving $300 on that. Google Home is $79, but Amazon will have better deals, in my opinion, tied to the Echo. Google Home Mini for $29 is a great grab with a free $10 gift card, and a 55-inch Smart 4K TV for $249 is in my top 10 list. My full list of the top 10 Black Friday deals at Target on our website. Until we meet again, happy savings, happy almost Black Friday. Back to you.
All right, Matt already posted the link to this deal. It's in the Good Morning Show page on our website, WFMYnews2.com. Click it to save.
Well, we can't ask for a better holiday travel forecast than you'll get from Ed Matthews. I'm Lee Keinert, and we're celebrating 60 years of the Good Morning Show. We're about to take a short break, but I'm going to tell you why you'll want to stick around. Whether you're leaving for work or taking off for Thanksgiving this morning, we have what you need to know about the Triad road conditions. Selfies. Everyone seems to like them. Just made one with Blanca. But where did the selfie come from? One celebrity thinks she invented the selfie. We'll see how true that is. I told you, you're not going anywhere. Sit tight. We're coming back after this.
We here at Peters Auto Mall, we love our customers, and we're thankful for them. We have a service department here for them, and we thank you, buddy. Thank you. We have quality cars, and our customers are important to us.
There's nothing like leaving with the confidence of knowing that your car just left with a 125-point inspection.
We have highly trained technician staff ready to do any size job for your vehicle.
Nice service, easy, fast, and convenient.
Have me in and out so I can get back on the road.
Peters Auto Mall, 2857 South Main, High Point.
At Biscuitville, local is going low country with our spicy chicken slathered with jalapeno pimento cheese from Pawleys Island, South Carolina. New spicy chicken and jalapeno pimento cheese. Smooth burn with a low country twist.
Right now, during the Rooms to Go holiday sale, buying beautiful new furniture is easier than ever thanks to our 60-month interest-free finance offer. And here's the best part. There's no minimum purchase. Buy whatever you want. A room, a single piece, whatever. And make 60 low interest-free monthly payments. So hurry in, check out our exceptional selection of living rooms, dining rooms, and bedrooms. Get great value, save big, and get 60-month interest-free financing right now during the Rooms to Go holiday sale.
Celebrate
celebrate the season. The one and only Craftsman's Christmas Classic this Friday through Sunday, Greensboro Coliseum. The Triad's favorite holiday tradition with choices for every style, taste, and budget. See what's new. Save big at ChristmasClassic.com. Don't miss it.
I have asthma, one of many pieces in my life. So when my asthma symptoms kept coming back on my long-term control medicine, I talked to my doctor and found a missing piece in my asthma treatment with Brio.
Once daily Brio prevents asthma symptoms. Brio's for adults with asthma not well controlled on a long-term asthma control medicine, like an inhaled corticosteroid. Brio won't replace a rescue inhaler for sudden breathing problems. Brio is specifically designed to open up airways to improve breathing for a full 24 hours. Brio contains a type of medicine that increases the risk of death from asthma problems and may increase the risk of hospitalization in children and adolescents. Brio is not for people whose asthma is well controlled on a long-term asthma control medicine, like an inhaled corticosteroid. Once your asthma is well controlled, your doctor will decide if you can stop Brio and prescribe a different asthma control medicine, like an inhaled corticosteroid. Do not take Brio more than prescribed. See your doctor if your asthma does not improve or gets worse.
Ask your doctor if 24-hour Brio could be a missing piece for you. See if you're eligible to pay no more than $10 a month.
Make rush hour an adrenaline rush with the 2017 Nissan Altima. Now with Nissan Intelligent Mobility, featuring available automatic emergency braking that can help you stop safely and keep you out of a jam. Take on today and save up to 50/50 on Altima, or get 0% for up to 72 months on 13 models.
News 2 Weather Garden is sponsored by Aviation Triad. For career information, log on to aviationtriad.com.
Just about 7:52 this morning, your WFMY News 2 traffic report. We're continuing to stay on top of this crash impacting the roads on Peters Creek Parkway. There was an accident there at Parkside Place. As you can see here, it looks like the icon is gone, which means the crash may be clear. But according to the Winston-Salem Police Department, the road is still very congested, and their Twitter account suggests that the road is still closed. So if you're headed in this direction this morning, give yourself extra time. Of course, we'll keep an eye on that, keep you updated on WFMYnews2.com. Also, slowdowns on Benjamin Parkway and Battleground Avenue in Greensboro. This is all leading up to maintenance work happening on 220 Battleground Avenue right near Cone Boulevard westbound. So you'll want to plan a few extra moments heading in that direction.
So full disclosure, this is not news, but in the spirit of selfies, it's trending on social media this morning. So be prepared for this. Who invented the selfie trend? Well, celebrity Paris Hilton, not Tracy McCade, thinks she and Britney Spears created it. Paris made the claim Sunday on Twitter. These are the pictures she posted with the caption, 11 years ago today, me and Britney invented the selfie. Well, she seemed like this was quite the assertion, a powerful assertion, but Twitter followers were quick to correct her. A lot of them argued Sabrina the Teenage Witch invented the selfie in a 1996 episode. Another person claimed it was Beatles guitarist George Harrison who took this selfie at the Taj Mahal in 1966. But even farther back than that, someone else brought up this picture saying, this is the first ever photograph selfie in history taken by Robert Cornelius in 1839. All right, so I think we can assume Paris Hilton did not invent the selfie in 2006.
Maybe she meant, and I don't know Paris, and I'm not defending her, but maybe she meant she created the word.
Maybe.
Not the action.
The terminology.
Right, exactly. Because I had never heard of a selfie until last year.
Right.
Right.
I mean, you know, what it was called. I've seen, obviously, people take pictures of themselves, but, you know, the actual term. So maybe that's what she's talking about. But I don't know, Paris, call me.
Maybe we could just give all of those people mentioned some credit. I feel an investigation coming on here. We're going to get down to the brass tacks and find out exactly.
Handle that
but maybe it was everybody.
I'll verify that the iPhone made selfies a lot easier with that feature to turn the camera around.
That is yourself. That is true. Yes. All right, 7:54 this morning. A photographer for the Weather Channel had a rough time capturing the demolition of the Georgia Dome in Atlanta. Here's why.
Bus, get out of the way. Bus. Get out of the way, bus.
Well, just as the implosion begins, a city bus rolls up and blocks the photographer's camera doesn't leave until it was all over. And you can hear the frustration in that soundbite, which, of course, is going viral. Oh, no.
Did they have to beep anything out? Because I'm sure this photographer was not happy.
In the original video, I heard some bleeps. Maybe some passerbys who were trying to watch it too.
But how frustrating, you know, you have this live shot for the network. Oh, hopefully he wasn't live on the network.
Yeah, I know.
I think it was live streaming.
Oh, wow.
Oh, boy.
Of course that would happen.
Today.
Bad timing. Okay.
All right, we're coming right back with more of the Good Morning Show. Lee Kiner joins us for a recap coming up next.
My work injuries seemed complicated.
I don't want to lose my job.
I needed a specialist.
If you've been hurt on the job, get the James Scott Farron Advantage. The call and case evaluation are free. Call on the Hurt line right now.
It's our first Black Friday silent sales event at Cox Toyota in Burlington.
Cox Toyota will be closed Thanksgiving Day, but our Black Friday tags will be on every vehicle on the lot. Take a picture, and that's the price you'll pay on Black Friday.
So before you buy, give Cox a try.
Get the year's best Serta mattress deals during the Serta Black Friday event. Choose the Serta iComfort sleep system and get a free box spring, or save up to $1,200 on a Serta adjustable set. Hurry in today.
Visit a participating retailer at Alamance TV and Home Furnishings.
Attention Medicare beneficiaries. If you suffer from chronic knee pain or osteoarthritis, or have been told you might need knee replacement surgery, this is an opportunity you don't want to miss. Introducing Knee Flex 5 from Flexogenics, a breakthrough non-surgical knee pain treatment that's helped thousands find relief from knee pain without drugs and without surgery. And this FDA-approved knee pain treatment is covered by Medicare and most major insurances. Here's how it works. Knee Flex 5 uses a natural lubricant that your healthy joints produce every day. This all-natural lubricant is introduced into the knee joint, where it coats and protects the cartilage surface, helping it to move smoothly once again. More than a simple injection, Knee Flex 5 is a comprehensive approach designed to end your pain. So, if you're covered by Medicare and tired of living with knee pain, call the Flexogenics Clinic and learn more about Knee Flex 5 today. Knee Flex 5, considered by many to be the first major breakthrough in knee pain relief in years. Only at Flexogenics.
This is one of the greatest feelings in the world. If you truly trust the process, you take everything you've worked on all week and you just go out there and Saturday against it. That's what good football teams do. You are going to win this football game by doing exactly what you practiced the last 3 days. Execute the plan. That's it, man. Execute the plan. The plan. Team on 3. 1, 2, 3.
I am thankful for my health and Black Friday pricing at my Honda dealer. I got my CR-V on clearance. I love it so much. It's like part of the family now.
Yeah, we know, Dad.
Make a Honda part of your family during the Happy Honda Days sales event. Get Black Friday clearance pricing on any Honda SUV, like 0.9 financing on the Pilot and HR-V.
So, I'm failing math.
Why can't you be more like the Honda?
I was just trying to do my job, and I got hurt.
Don't settle for less. The law offices of James Scott Farron has helped thousands of workers get more for their injuries.
I got my bills paid and my job back.
Call on the Hurt line. The law offices of James Scott Farron. Right.
One last look at the 7-day forecast. Sun and clouds and 58 today, maybe a sprinkle tonight, and then we're back to a partly sunny day tomorrow, warming up around 60, but we're going to turn it a little cooler on Thanksgiving Day with a high of 50 and then warm right back up. By Saturday, we're back up around 60.
Well, please join us for a special edition of the Good Morning Show tomorrow when we start to cry because our good friend Lee Kiner will say his hopefully temporary goodbyes for our 60th anniversary celebration.
You hear the applause rolling in.
I hear the tears.
No, I hear the sighs.
Yes.
We've so enjoyed having you, Lee.
Well, it's been an honor for me. Thank you very much.
Us too.
Thank you, folks.
We still have one more day with him, so stick right here tomorrow on the Good Morning Show. Take care.
The Good Morning Show is sponsored by the Greensboro Regional Realtors Association. Choose a realtor with expertise, advice, and a resource team to show you the way home. Is your mobile phone spying on you tonight?